You were live, it says. My internet was like acting a fool for a second. Good morning to you, if this is morning for you. If it's not morning and it's evening, like some of my good friends from South Africa, then good afternoon, good evening to you. Welcome, as always, to the AP Morning Show. I'm excited to get started, as always. I'm going to jump into it with a few original thoughts and see what's going on with the peoples. Yes, we are live. I love this. Have fun doing this every day, Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to 10:30. If this is your first time, join me live or after the fact. In fact, my phone just reassured me that I was live too. So here's a few thoughts to get you started off on your day. This is something I said a year ago. I said I have the coolest job ever. I get to be myself for a living. A unicorn. What do I mean by that? Well, let's look at what a unicorn represents. Purity, strength, honor, freedom, free thinking, wisdom, beauty, if I might say so myself. Remember that taking the time to practice loving kindness through meditation and mindfulness is a bit of a skills training. So don't look for perfection within the practice. It's similar to going to the gym, doing reps and sets, working on your form and developing a routine where you realize that consistency will develop you gradually. Focus on progress, not perfection. I always say this. I don't look at perfection as a thing other than a construct. It's a mental construct. So the thing about it is, even though I use it colloquially like others at times, I'm aware of the pros and the cons of that concept. So I look at the best that we get is process and progress. Process and progress. Process and progress. I'll take process and progress over perfection any day because it's more realistic. I'm just saying. Yes. Here's one more for you. Instead of focusing on results during your meditation practice, look for the results in your everyday life. You should notice an increase of self-awareness, awareness of others, a more at peace, calm, and self-controlled presence, more room and empathy for others, less impulsiveness, and more thoughtfulness to all of your actions. The world may not change around you, but you will change with how you interact with the world, which is the only real thing that matters. It's the only real thing that matters. Last one for you. Life is like a roller coaster. Got the ups and downs. It just is what it is. The question is whether you're going to experience those ups and downs, twists and turns, etc., with your hands up, screaming in exhilaration, or balled over and cringing in fear for the whole ride. It's your choice. Most times. And I say that for empathy for all the people who are unfortunately in situations that they don't have control over. But for many of us, for the majority of us, we have the ability to take lemons and turn it into lemonade. So That's what it is. That's life. And so on that tip, I'm going to say what's up to my Clubhouse family and just reset everything. What's up, family? And my peeps, Craig, Caesar, Eunice. Let's say what's up to my cousin Blood. See what's going on this morning. Caesar, what's happening, cuzzo?
Yo.
What's going on, son? Son. Yo, we said that all through the 90s, yo. Son. Yo, why is it that people have to say everything twice to like make it more emphasis? What's going on, son?
Which is the universe.
Right.
Confirmation for everything in the world.
Right.
That's even like that in church. Amen.
Right. But you know, in church they throw the third one on there. They be like, amen, and amen. What does that mean, yo? Amen, and amen. As if you didn't say that the first time and the second time.
That church is so goddamn rehearsed, man.
Son.
Just locked into that stuff, man. It's the funniest thing in the world.
Right.
What's going on this month? Oh.
I'm good, bro. You know, as always, sitting over here with the meal of oats. And what I got here? Some sorrel, some island sorrel. I don't know. You ever had sorrel before?
I haven't felt that way in a long time. I don't really. I didn't know that they sell it on the shelf.
Right.
Excuse me, what aisle can I find sorrow, pain, and agony, please? I need all three this morning. I'm hungry as a mother.
Right.
I see you got my man Craig Austin in the building.
Austin.
Bro. Yo,
homie.
Legend for real. Yo, a legend for real, yo.
Real talk.
Like real talk. Yo, like a real legend for real.
Well, it's funny you said that. I was literally just saying that the other day, man. Just having a convo, man, just about music and all the people I connect with. I'm like, yo, I've got an opportunity, man, to play with some fucking legends, baby. Golly.
Right. I'm like, Craig, look, you have a conversation with him, nice little conversation, talking to him and everything. Then he get on stage and tear that motherfucker out. You're like, man, that's
kill that shit.
Man, we was talking about this. He ain't hardly say nothing, but he get up there and make that sax whistle. Oh, he on the bass too.
Right.
Whoa! You like, yo, Craig, that guy, yo.
I'm telling you.
Craig, Craig, good morning, bro.
Good morning, Craig. Craig, if you want to come up, say good morning, bro. It's all good. You can come on up with us, bro. Just say what's up to the homie, Craig. What's going on?
Good morning, everybody.
What's up, bro?
What's up, big guy? That's my man there.
Chilling, just trying to stay alive, man.
Oh yeah.
Well,
good streets.
Well, the fact that you on here talking to me let me know that that's
working. Right.
It's good. I'm wrapped up in bubble wrap all the time.
Right. That's good.
Like a Hype Williams video.
Him and Missy Elliott doing a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. Bunch of bullshit.
Party and bullshit.
I can't stand the rain.
Right.
I got to do with you.
How's everybody doing this morning?
Man, I'm on my way to the gym. I'm just going to park outside in the parking lot and say I've been here for about 30 minutes to an hour. And I'm going to pull up.
Right.
Been there. I just drove past the gym. And I waved at him.
Waved at him. Like, yo.
You were in the gym today? I sure did. Went right past him.
Right.
Sure did.
Wave like, what's going on, peace? How y'all doing? Like, quick check-in and shit.
Man, Craig, man, you just don't know, man. When You can't talk about music and not just in this city, but in the DMV and pretty much anywhere without talking about you, bro.
Oh man, I'm humbled by that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Humble,
man, you definitely set a tone and a standard, bro. You just set a standard. You know what I mean? Hey, Aaron, am I lying?
Yo, like they say, if you lying, you was flying. Yo, it's cool because I think about like, man, when I first started out, you remember them days at Ebenezer, Caesar. When I first started out, I'm at Ebenezer, and then when I wound up linking up with Kier, for Purple Honey, but it was before it was called Purple Honey or whatever. Man, that was when I first met Craig, man, and like I think about that whole crew, man. Everybody that I met since then, Craig, Corey, Kier, man, like just all these cats, Blue. I'm just like, I always said, man, I like do not take it for granted. I'm honored that I get a chance, to be able to hang with cats now because I really look up to cats, man. Cats are legends, bro, man. Right amongst us.
And talking about music, bro. Look who just jumped in the room, man. Drummer Boy.
What's on, Drummer Boy? What's going on, homie?
Yo, man. I remember when I met young fella, man.
Oh yeah,
man, that dude was ahead of his time. It's crazy because we connected on a level, kind of find out our fathers was good friends coming up.
Oh wow.
In the music scene back in the day, man. And that dude is tremendously talented, bro.
Oh yeah, bro.
Like,
hell yeah,
Lord, man. Drummer Boy. What's up, man? Good morning to you, homie.
Good morning, homie.
Man.
Yes, sir. If you want to come up, man, say what's up, bro. By all means, you can. We're just hanging out for a sec. Yo, Craig, where you on your way to, bro? You out and about?
Yeah, I'm about to go. I've got to teach today. I got a parent, at homeschooling my 10-year-old twin girls.
Right.
My 12-year-old son's online virtually, and then I got to teach at the same time.
Yeah,
it's a beautiful mess going on.
Super dad, mess.
Right. Yeah.
A lot of people. Super dad on that shit.
But I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed. That's all I can say.
Hell yeah. Drummer James, what's up, Drummer Boy?
What's going on, guys?
What's up, James? Oh, man, it's been a long time since I've seen or heard a young fella. What's up, man?
Years, man.
Yeah. It's good, man. What you got going on this morning, brother?
I'm waking up, getting ready for record these services at this church. Get ready for about 4 or 5 meetings for no reason.
Nice.
But yeah, it's a big recording day. I'm helping some other churches with stems and tracks, getting those ready for Easter. So.
Oh, right. Forgot about that. It's
starting to become busy all over again.
Yo, this has got to be. Would this be your first like? Is it going to be like virtual or is it in person as well? Or is like a small guy? Like how you or is it going to be both?
So we've been going like we've been kind of playing with the thought, especially because we're about to open back up.
Yeah.
Tomorrow is the day, Friday. Yeah.
So we've been playing with the thought on whether we're gonna open it up just a little bit. They still a little apprehensive. They kind of taking their time, like they really open up to it. That they want all of us to get the vaccine,
right?
So that everybody's protected. So some of us, once people started taking it, everybody came in droves, and now you can't find an appointment, blah blah blah. What they're gonna do is they're probably gonna open it up a little bit to the public. They ain't gonna want to tell everybody about it because they know if they open it up a little bit, there's gonna be people packed outside trying to get in. So
for sure,
they've been kind of on the fence.
Yeah.
But the idea was to do it virtually, so we planned for it virtually.
Right.
But what he might do is preach live, which he's been kind of doing like once a month anyway.
Yeah.
But he's gonna preach live and probably open it up just a tad.
Yeah, I understand that.
But yeah, we're still on the fence a little bit. Some churches gonna open wide. They're gonna open wide.
Right.
Open, Easter Sunday. So.
What's the name?
James,
what's the name
of the
church?
Still with Bishop Dabney? You still with him?
Yeah, I'm still over there. I'm the MD over there now. But
what church is that? What church is that?
Morning Star Baptist Church. right on Woodlawn.
On Woodlawn, okay.
Gotcha. Johnny Miller ain't there no more?
Johnny's at Dreamlight, actually.
He's at Dreamlight. Oh, okay. All right, cool.
That's
it's definitely been years since I done talk to y'all, man.
Really. Yeah, it's been a minute. I didn't went to a church and came back.
Wow.
Wow, man. Yeah.
That's what's up, bro. Man, it's good to see you, bro. Golly, I'm glad we all got a chance to hang out for a sec, man. You been good? Otherwise, James?
Oh yeah, personally, yeah. Man, I've tried to take as many breaks as I could before things got busy.
Right.
Got a lot of music done on the downtime.
Yeah.
And once we got our groove virtually, it's pretty much like we never left. But
right.
Yeah, man, I'm doing good. We hanging in there.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. And, how you been enjoying your experience on Clubhouse, man? I think I remember like around the time you came on or whatever, and I'm always wondering like how people have enjoyed their experience.
Well, definitely when I first got on this train, I was on the train 24/7.
Yeah, right. You're getting that what do you call that 12-step program.
Yeah. So that had to wear off.
Right.
Put some funky rooms. They don't need to be on here, but just got to a place where that just had to balance the time.
Yeah.
So I'll come on every couple of days. I give myself a break period, kind of like at least go to sleep. But I've enjoyed it because the homies on here have great conversations. And there's some other people that I'm popular in certain rooms.
Right.
There's good conversations there as well. But from some of the rooms that ain't doing nothing to some of the rooms that like change your life. Like that's been my experience in Clubhouse, honestly.
I love that. Craig, how's it been for you, bro? I know it's been a couple weeks now.
Yeah, I haven't been on because I've been super busy.
Right.
But like in the beginning, for about a good 2.5, 3 weeks, I just sat there and listened.
Right.
Because there was a lot of incredible information that was going on.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, there was a lot of foolishness going on at points too, but for the most, a lot of that was really getting us a lot of really positive information.
Right.
And people, with problem solving, like especially in our industry, people were like, "Well, there's no gigs. There's no gigs. There's no shows." So everybody was trying to find, creative ways,
right,
of keeping the industry going.
Right.
So I think it's beautiful in a beautiful space when people are trying to be creative. But I've also been in rooms where people have been destructive. I don't really tolerate that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
I've had that experience. Yeah, I've had that experience.
I had one room, a friend that came on, and they talked about her weight. And I just thought that was really unacceptable.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I use Clubhouse as an alarm clock to get up in the morning. So when I hear my messages go off and Aaron send me that message saying it's time to get on the show, I just get on it,
Right.
A lot of people that know me, if James, if you can remember, I don't know if you know that about me though, Craig, but I'm not technology guy.
Yeah.
That ain't me. I'll be behind the eight ball on that.
He definitely made us technical guys. we had to learn a whole bunch that he would put his hands to do.
But this pandemic has forced all of us to be technical.
Right.
More than we want to be.
Exactly.
And now you got everybody home being music producers because they got to get product here. We got to drag this stem here, these MP3s here, because we got to get this over here to do this.
Right.
So now we're being forced to use all the stuff that we had that we didn't know how to use.
Yes, sir. And how I always talk about that.
I'll put it like this, Craig. I bought a camera last year. Never thinking I would get to that much production, but definitely in a spot where like that camera already paid for itself just last year. I wasn't even knowing a person that did that, but going into that field, that's what people were asking for. So I'm really more so known as a sound guy.
Right.
Kind of left that because people needed the whole package. So video kind of came first.
Right.
So had to do that. So it kind of that was a new route to finding some actual some gigs and some money.
Right.
People started to do things first.
I mean, and I think that's like you said. I think it's forced all of us to be creative.
Yep.
Figure out a live. We got comfortable.
Right.
We got really comfortable about like, okay, yeah, we can do this. I make our money this way. Like even with me, it's like, okay, yeah, right. Okay, yeah, I had all these gigs. I was on these gigs, but now, these venues don't necessarily have money to pay us.
Right.
So now it's on me to bring the money to
other
myself.
Sources, yep.
Yeah, this thing really hit me hard as a comedian, bro.
Right.
Being used to being on the road and traveling and being able to, just be out there and working and everything like that. COVID, it shut that whole industry down.
Right.
Yeah, so yes, exactly. And now, with I guess a downfall for me by me not really being that technology type of guy.
Right.
A lot of these social media comedians and stuff like that doing this virtual thing.
Yeah.
And stuff, and you got to set up the cameras, and you got to have this, edit this, and when you doing post, IG became like the main audience and all this, and so it kind of forced me to kind of force myself to gravitate to these social medias and more technology and stuff, and I still don't want to do it.
Right.
That's the thing. James, it's all your fault, James. I'll tell you that right now.
And
15 years, you could pick up a book or something.
I did. I sure did.
And I'll tell you something. This is what I love about an app like this. Like, with something like this, it allows you to not really have to be hardcore into social media, because who would have thought that three-way calling would turn, like three-way calling on steroids, would turn into a thing.
Well, I think it's beautiful because basically what happened is we've got to this call and response type of thinking where like somebody say something and you text them back 6 hours later, you didn't have 6 hours to think about how you're going to respond to them.
Yeah.
It makes people kind of creepy, but now people are forced to communicate and talk to each other in real time.
That's it. I'm telling you, and there's no greater connection than that. Like, there's nothing that can replace this. Like, there's nothing. Like, it might seem like, the other ways of communicating, like, they're definitely assets. But I love how they said it in the Clubhouse town hall. The developers, Paul was like, the thing we love about this so much, he's like, is that it hits on the most basic form of communication. Like before text, before writing, before even language, like we were literally communicating back and forth, just like this,
Just talking,
That's
man.
it, man. And
social media takes you away from that. Social media takes you away from just talking, bro. That's why I do that a lot. Even with my kids, I'm like, y'all gotta learn how to be social toward me and communicate with your peers and face to face. I mean, y'all can communicate through emojis and all that stuff all day long, but just that face to face. Just talking to people, these kids struggle with that now, man. They really do. They struggle. So I love it, man.
Hell yeah. I mean, again, this medium, you don't have to worry about stopping your day. You ain't got to worry about, getting your hair and makeup right and shit like that. Like, you could just literally be yourself. You can be like Craig taking over the world right now.
Right. Negative. That ain't happening.
He said that ain't happening. Oh, man. So, yeah, fellas, as always, fam, it's good to see everybody, man. I just want everybody to be able to say what's up, man. Golly, this is a great time, and I'm glad everybody was able to come through. Let me just do a quick reset of the room. Say what's up to the family, Clarissa, Geneva, Eunice, as well as everybody hanging out over on the FBs and the YTs. Yeah. So, we're getting ready to keep this thing moving. I'm actually waiting on, we got a brother named Joe Payne, who's actually our business product and service spotlight of the day. Joe will actually be here shortly. And so until then, we're just going to be hanging out for a few. Caesar, what you getting into today, bro?
Hey, man, I'm literally still sitting out here in front of the gym trying to decide if I'm actually going to go in there and do something. You know what I mean? So, man, I'm trying to tell you, man, like, it was crazy because something good really did happen, man. I got a phone call and came in.
Yeah.
from a agent that's been trying to get me to sign with her and everything, and she got me a interview. I'm sorry, an audition for a TV show that's gonna be starring Forrest Whitaker.
That's right. You were saying this. Yeah, tell me more about this. That's dope.
So she gave me a call like early yesterday morning, and she was just like, "Hope you're ready, you know, for the date or for the audition to go." And I was just like, "Yeah, I'm ready, lady." And in the back of my mind, I'm just like, you know how TV and movies, they always want to have these manufactured guys and with these abs and big arms and all that. I was just like, I ain't that deep. I ain't that.
Right.
So I was just like, I say, well, let me see how fast I can build up, this stuff. So
right.
I've been driving up here every day. Only went in once.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've been coming up to this gym.
Yo, what gym is this, by the way?
Yo, it's a gym called Spunk Fitness.
Spunk Fitness.
Yeah, it's right off of 702. You can see it off the highway. You know I'm off that way.
Right.
But yeah, definitely excited about this opportunity to do that. And then I really got some dates coming up, some company dates coming up abroad. Doing a show in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Got one coming up in Kansas City.
Right.
And doing a show with George Lopez in St. Louis. So, man,
that's dope,
it's starting to come around, man. Get back. Because, like James had said earlier, man, comedians, we need that audience, bro. I know for me, I know.
Yeah.
I like to feel that vibe with the audience. Feel that vibe with the audience being right there,
Right.
It's crazy. Like, even with the musicians, like when we play with these virtual shows, you sit there and you have no energy coming back at you.
Yeah.
Right. Oh man, it's crazy. So I imagine with comedy it's even worse.
Yeah.
Right.
It's really, really, because I see some comedians that do these virtual shows and everything like that, and I just say, hey man, I know what I'm good at and know what I'm not. I ain't particularly too good in that. Not saying that I couldn't get good at it, but I feel better as a comedian, as an entertainer,
right?
That to get that energy coming back. I like to see that reaction from the stories I'm telling you or the jokes that I'm telling you, and stuff like that.
Right.
And I think that's the kryptonite. I mean, COVID has been the kryptonite for stand-up comedy, man.
Yeah.
As long as a lot of other things too. And also being a musician as well. I'll agree with you, Greg. You want to see the audience rocking out with you or whatever the safe case may be, man. So
for sure.
Yeah.
But I'll say, it's like it's almost like one of those things. The way I look at it is like what doesn't break you makes you, right? It just forces you to evolve. So it's like it'll never, like certain things will never take the place. Like this that's why this connection is so cool, because even though we're not in person, we really feel each other. Like it's the back and forth interaction. It's the vibe of social interaction. So like, yeah.
Sorry. I to tell you, like I call this pandemic the hard reset.
Right.
That's what I've been calling it ever since the
hard
reset.
I like that.
Like you play a video.
I like that.
Play a video game, something going on, you just hit the reset button. You be like, you know what? I'm sick of this. I'm gonna start over.
Right.
That's literally our church's thing. Like literally, like they took that, and it's so funny because that's all I hear.
Yeah.
That's all I heard all year.
Yeah.
And it was personally a reflection for me because I got to really kind of like reset my own personal things in life and all kind of stuff.
Right.
But I mean that is one of the biggest things is that like we've got to a place that like we were so used to the gig, we didn't even know how much of a privilege it was to get any response back. To have even anybody in front of us at a gig that actually loved what we did, like like we put to the place where we basically won't even take that for granted.
Exactly.
It was amazing tonight. Like, man, like we got so used to, preparing for the gig so that, you know, we could be solid, we took away the fact that, like, it's just a privilege to play in front of people.
To be with people.
Yep. Absolutely,
to
man.
just connect. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say, I've been talking about, I'm like, yeah, when you come through something like this, definitely things go to the next level of not taking things for granted. Yo, like, I mean, that's the positive out of the deal in the end. And then for many of us, whether it was like your same field with music or comedy or whatever, like it forced you to learn how to do it in new ways. When you go back to having the in-person thing, now you got it with layers on top of being skilled in other ways too. Like it increases your arsenal, you know, it just literally adds branches to your tree. And then you got the other aspect of it where for many people, it took them even into other fields. Like, you know, I'm doing a damn morning show. Like, like,
well, yo, from my experience, and I'll tell you during this pandemic, man, it's like talking to some of the OGs and meeting them and performing with them in the comedy situation. You know, this whole pandemic, yes, it's forced us to go from the live stage and live audience to our homes, and everything is virtual. So the younger generation of comedians and everything like that, they are more formidable with this technology and stuff like that, and they're kind of succeeding in a certain way.
For sure.
So the OGs in the game, they look at it, and some of them look at it, not all, but some of them look at it as to say, like, you know what, you know, I like that the younger people are finding another way to keep laughter alive, but you know, this virtual thing is kind of taken away from the culture of the stand-up comedy. You know, because now it's like everybody feels like they're a comedian.
But
everyone.
But everybody ain't funny though. And since you know what I mean, since laughter is subjective, it's just like if you ain't funny, you just ain't funny. To me, what I think is it forces you to grow. Like to me, what this whole thing is, yeah, it's hit us in the ribs, it's done all this. I think ultimately, that's why I say what doesn't break you makes you. It's like forces you to grow. So it's like, yeah, everybody, you're gonna have your wannabe comedians, you're gonna have all that shit. But if anything, that puts it more on the table to show like if you're really truly funny, then like.
And I agree with you. It does force you to grow, yo. Because I couldn't believe I did it, man. I actually made a commercial. Shot a commercial,
right?
Put it in through an app that I had on my phone, edited it and everything, and posted it.
Right.
You know, that was everything for me, bro. Like I couldn't believe I did that shit, bro. Hey, Craig, James, I watched that shit myself like 1,000 times. I say, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I grew that day, son. Like, hey, yo, I was like 6'9" when I was finished.
But it's funny though, man. This pandemic, like, you know, it's the same for everything. Like, but I like to think about, like, in terms of music, we all have holes. We have things that we're really strong at, and then we have things that we're weak at.
Yeah. And
what happened is this has forced all of us to deal with the elephant in the room, the holes that we've been trying to avoid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. You're right.
And
I don't think that life will ever really go back to the normal that we know, that we used to, you know what I'm saying, before all this.
I don't want it to. I want to go to something better. I want to evolve.
Things never go back. It's always
gotta be something better. Yeah, it's gotta be something better. It's got to be. You know, if people like you said, growth, Ern, you were saying, it forces you to take time to spend more time by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Spend more time and you learning you, and then also you spending time learning how the people that you normally have around you all the time, and in their absence, what did they really bring to your life? You get what I'm saying? You really start to see that, like, wow, this person really wasn't bringing me the positivity that I need, but because of convenience and time and relationship, they were always around, but they were draining me.
Yeah, you start to find out who your real tribe is.
Right.
Yeah,
for sure.
And I would even say that on the other end, because like I'm one that kind of like sticks to myself, and of course that like that can be a strength
and
at times, but it also can be like incredible weakness because especially in our field, like you gotta talk to people.
Mm-hmm.
So I've had, like, just for me, because I always hear, you know, like how people, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, you find out who your real friends are, and I found it out in the other direction. I found out who my real friends were because they checked me while everything was down. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And there was a whole lot of conversations I didn't get to have.
Right.
Because I was just so quote unquote busy. And I really had the chance to really sit down with people and like reconnect. And, like put out the flames, put out the fire, say I'm sorry, the whole night, you know. So like I really, I'm so glad I got that chance to do that, because for me, I was in a good place where I was just staying to myself, not knowing the fires that were around. So like it really did help me to have some real hard conversations with people I called friends.
Right. Yo, I feel you on that.
So that's kind of on my side as well.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more, man. The thing is, I wrote a post on Facebook like at the beginning of the pandemic, and it was basically around this topic. It was just like, you know, right now we literally there's nothing between us and like mending relationships or figuring out some shit that we were making excuses for because we didn't have time and we were always running and we didn't have this. Like, I was like, literally, there's nothing between us now and our goals but time and space. And I was like, literally and figuratively. And that's why I'm like, because I look at life from the perspective of being an optimist, you know, a glass half full kind of guy. Yeah, I know, man. I'm just always like, man, I see the cons, but I'm just like, let's look at what the pros that we can get out of this. You know, let's look at being able to mend some relationships, because now we got time where we at home, so we can work shit out. We can call each other and work it out. We got time to work on. You got time to work on the skills, that music you want to work on, that new instrument you've been wanting to share it on forever. You've been wanting to work on this forever. Like, yo, you got time and space right now.
And stuff that people was pushing you to do and you didn't want to do it.
Right.
And you just said, nah, I got to do it. And I say that to James. James used to be like, yo, won't you learn Pro Tools? Won't you learn all this shit so you can stop asking me to do it so we can move on.
Man, we be at this house for hours.
Hey, yo, Jason, hours.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, bro. I ain't know it. I just one of them people. I stay in my lane because y'all know it. But again, like I said, it just forces you to
sleep over there. He's like, we gonna do a session in the morning. No.
Hey, yo, James said, we be over there for hours.
They literally was there, for hours and sleeping over and everything. It was, man, but I just love being around them and their energy, man.
Yeah.
And, you know, and new ideas and everything come up. Because, man, I was on the phone last night with R. Kelly. And I had, because you only get one phone call in this. So I said, Kelly, listen, if you don't even worry about getting out of jail.
Right.
Stay in there, right? Start a record label in prison. And start teaching music in there, bro, because you come out here, it's over.
Right.
Like, flat out for you, you come back out here. Oprah gonna make sure you don't go nowhere.
She like to make them songs about them dudes in jail, though.
Man, I'm gonna ask y'all one question because y'all be man. I was asked this question at the cigar lounge, man. So the guy said, "Do you think that R. Kelly stole Aaron Hall's image, MO, sound, and everything?"
Yo, you know what's crazy?
You say yeah, Craig?
Yo,
and I'm mad about it. I ain't been able to forgive him for it.
Yo, you know,
I was arguing with people the other day because we were saying, trying to say who's a better singer, R. Kelly or Aaron Hall. I'm like, come on, Aaron Hall is a way better center.
Way better, yeah.
Yo,
I gotta say, yeah.
Yo, this is funny though. I have never actually thought about that equation until you said it. But as soon as you said it, my mind put them up side by side. I was like, damn, yo, okay, yeah, I kind of fall in that same bucket with Craig. I'm like, yeah, like, wow, it does seem like he.
And yo, as soon as R. Kelly hit the scene and he started hitting them hits, Aaron Hall disappeared, bro. Aaron Hall disappeared. I agree with it. I was like, hell yeah, he stole his everything, even his look, everything.
I never really thought about it like that.
Right, took Social Security number 2.
I mean, when I say the conversation that be going on in the cigar lounge,
right?
Man, it was a young dude in there, he probably was like 27, 29 or something like that.
Yeah.
And this lady was talking about the last concert she been to. She was like, "Oh, I went to see Luther Vandross." The young boy said, "Luther Vandross, he ain't no good singer. He can't sing."
Oh,
yo, it was like everybody in this cigar lounge. You know, like everything stopped. Was like, what the fuck did you just say? Hey, James, they was gonna kill him, boy.
Yeah, I'm about to say his life just ended with no. It's the worst when you don't know you about to die.
Right.
Like the whole world just stopped. You don't even know.
Yo, it was like the air, the wind, the actual wind in the air said, what the fuck did you say? Hey, Craig, look at this dude, Craig.
The problem is somebody didn't teach him better. That's all.
Yo.
I'm about to say, if you don't know, you probably should have been quiet.
Exactly.
Certain people, you just can't say bad things about.
Yo, that's funny as shit, yo. I mean,
yo, Vandross is one of the people.
Yo, quick.
You can't say nothing bad about him.
Quick reset. Yo, Craig, you sound like you got the biggest bag on earth, yo, right?
I'm trying to find the biggest bag on earth.
Yo, quick reset, everybody. If let's say what's up to Frida, Tanisha, Theron, Eunice, Sherry. What's up, family? Good morning, first of all. If you want to come up here and hang out, for sure, come on up, throw up a wave. You know the goal. If you don't, the goal mainly is to say, hey, we up here just having fun. Come on up and say what's up, everybody. And if not, if you're just hanging out, because you know this is the best background music you can have for your morning, then by all means, continue to keep it going. Tanisha.
How y'all doing?
What's happening, Tanisha?
Y'all?
We miss you, Tanisha. We miss you. I miss you more.
Oh man, I've been super busy in the morning, so I can't hang out as much. But I had some time this morning after my workout, so I said, let me go ahead and hop in there. They're probably still rocking.
Oh yeah, you know it.
Yeah,
you know.
We were just sitting here talking about doing a comparison between R. Kelly and Aaron Hall. Are you familiar with those two people?
Man, when I heard that, I said, nigga. What?
Oh, man.
Man, I tell you, man, the conversation, like the stuff that we talking about right here, man, and wherever your sanctuary is, the conversations that you would hear in like the barbershop and beauty salons and stuff like that, I think they amplified in the cigar lounge, bro.
Right.
It's just crazy, the stuff. Because right after that comment that young fella made about Luther Vandross can't sing, bro, like, it was like, he got an attitude from everybody else in there that knew. Like he couldn't ask, hey, can y'all let me know what's a good cigar to get? My man, sit your ass. Sit your ass down. Don't think we forgot. Don't think we forgot what you said about Luther. And that's either one of the Luthers, the big one or
you can't talk about Luther.
You can't about say Luther, yo. You can't talk about Luther. LOOFA.
Me mugging him the whole time.
Right.
The whole time. Whoever said, no, you can't get no drink. I don't know who just said that, but that actually happened. It's like he wanted to get a drink. Like, nah, you gotta pay for it.
Nah, this for people that love loot.
Yeah,
he can only drink water.
Right. He'll be having water. He'll pay for it.
but check this out though. I did read a stat though. Kelly got more hits than anyone in history, bro. He wrote more hits than anyone in history.
Wait a minute, you saying more than like your Princes, your MJs?
Yeah, yo. Stevie Wonder, all of them.
Are you serious?
Yeah, absolutely serious. It blew my mind, bro.
He's a prolific songwriter.
Definitely prolific. Yo, definitely songwriter. Gotta give it to. I mean, yeah. He got the skill. He knows how to write a song.
Even more hits than Elton John, bro.
Damn. Yo, I've never known this.
Yeah, I looked at that was another conversation in the cigar lounge. You know, man, it's just crazy, man.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you something. Look, I got an idea for you. It just hit me, and this is one of the things that always happen. It's been happening in this room since December 15th, since I started this shit. So, yo, when you and Rod get together in this app, the cigar room, bro. The cigar room, and it's not even, and it's only partly about cigars. The other shit is just about just the funny ass conversations, the comedy, like the culture. Hell yeah, bro, you got it. You should start. You should start a club called the Cigar Room, like right now, like right the fuck away.
You see how you keep pushing me to grow and progress in this technology world, and I don't want to, but I'm gonna do it. Watch James say something. Watch James say something.
You ain't gonna call me talking about something. I need you to shut this like the rest of it.
Hey James, you might have a new part-time gig, bro, that you just been leaving money on the table, bro. You know, training season. All you gotta do is $100 an hour, $100 an hour.
Hold up, James. I took them wherever they wanted to go, and I did do that.
Don't you sit here and send me a
man, you better not do that. You better not act like
That's how you know yo when the dude be like, yo, I done fed your ass.
Hey, Tanisha, I got a question for you.
Oh, Lord.
Check this out. You meet a guy, you finally decide to go there with him, and you go in to hug him or to embrace him and give him a kiss, and he push you away and go down and kiss your knees, right on your kneecap. Yeah, would that turn you on?
The deep fetish? I never heard of that one.
I mean, that wouldn't do it for you. That would just turn everything off.
My kneecap?
Yeah.
She said my kneecap? So she had to check in again. She said my kneecap?
And he mean it too, like he really going to work on his kneecap.
Man, if you don't take that weird,
That's the question of the day.
I remember I was telling you I was out the other day and I had a thought. I was like, how is it that now we as men, we got to figure out new ways to approach women with these masks on because we don't know what's under these masks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they can't say, you know, oh, you just looking at me because of my booty and this, that, and the other. Well, that's the only part that ain't got a mask on. You know what I'm saying? What more do you want me to do? You know what I'm saying? How the hell you gonna get mad at me because I'm looking at the only part that's not covered up by a mask? You know what I'm saying? Like, what you want, man? You can't say nothing at that.
Right,
you know what I mean?
right.
Because we don't know what we can do, man. Like I was telling you, man.
Yo.
You gotta walk up to a chick and you
right.
And you be like, You be like, Darlene, is that you? You're like, no, it's not me. You know, she pull down the mask, and she like, woo-ha! I got you all in check. Just like Busta Rhymes under them.
Yo, if you don't start this cigar room, listen to
hell yeah. Hell yeah. Oh my God. Yo, I told my mother yesterday, I was hanging out with my mother yesterday for lunch, and we chopping it up, yo. And I told her about that moment. I was like, yo, Caesar is a fool. I was like, he said, the only thing be on his mind is like, okay, how can I get that mask down? And I was like, yo, you got a point, because you only seeing half of the package. So, and because we're pattern seeking, pattern recognizing creatures, we looking for, like, you can only tell by half the face. So I was like, he got a point there. Like, he's like, I just be thinking like, what could I do so she could just take it down just so I can see? Yo, that shit was funny, yo. My mother cracked. She was dying, yo.
It takes a lot of creativity to figure out a way to get somebody to pull that mask down.
Right.
You know what I mean? Instead of you just going and say, hey, yo, how you doing?
Right.
Can I see your face? Right. Tanisha, would you answer me if I said that to you? How you doing? Good morning. Can I see your face, please? Like, I'm sick of it, man. It's really bothering me. Like, what do we do? We gotta work on it, bro. We gotta come together.
I just asked, man. For real, I met somebody the other month, and it was weird because the woman actually asked me for my phone number.
Right.
And I was like, can you pull your mask down? What do you look like? And I felt bad, but I was like, I just need to know.
You just need to know. Yeah.
That's a real question.
It's a real question.
I need to know.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I was like, he got a point. He really got a point.
I'm glad.
I don't know what you look like.
Sherry, is that an appropriate question for you? Right.
Like,
who is that? Who is
that? Hey, fellas, so I gotta go. So I don't get fired. We getting stuff warmed up so we can record these services.
That's what's up, bro.
Many times as I can, man.
Hey, James, I'm gonna do it, James. I'm gonna do the room. I'm gonna do the cigar.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm trying to tell you, it's gonna start you off. Listen to what I'm saying. It's gonna be a kickoff.
Hell yeah, let's get it.
You're gonna have 200 people in the room,
right?
Laughing, and you're gonna be like, yo, what is this? You watch.
Exactly.
I'm gonna be right in there, like, yeah, I told you.
Right there. We're gonna be right there with you on the stage, laughing our asses off.
To the room. Well, y'all know Tanisha. She is a contract killer. So, if she say do it, goddamn it, I got to do it because I'm gonna be out for y'all.
Somebody up to something. I think about the college commercials that start off like, if you're sitting on the couch. I don't know if y'all remember that. But I think about it every time Aaron puts somebody up to do something.
Right. That's it. Because once it's said here in the AP room, you got to do it. That's why I love this, though. Because this is what the accountability is about. We supporting each other, and we there, right? Front row seat supporting each other. So, you got it. James, man, it's so good seeing you as always, bro. I'm so glad we got a chance to hang out for a few, fam.
Likewise, man. I'm usually seeing y'all at gigs, but it's just nice seeing y'all, hearing y'all voice, period. You know what I'm saying?
You too, man.
Definitely will be back, man. Everybody have a good morning, man.
You too, man. You too.
And I gotta roll to y'all. My workout session is about to start.
Oh shit!
Personal trainer just got here, so I'm about to go ahead and do that. And I already ordered my chicken box and cheesesteak sub when I get out of here. So,
before you go, bro, Sherry, is that an appropriate question at this point for a man to go up to a woman and say, like Caesar said, good morning, how you doing? Nice to meet you. Could you pull down your mask for me, please?
That's why I jumped up on stage. That actually happened to me in the supermarket.
For real?
Like home South. So when you see people, everybody, Black people, we see each other, we do the nod, right?
Right.
And then dude was like, you got some pretty eyes. And I was like, thank you. And then he was like, oh, you got a nice voice. I was like, thank you. He was like, can you take your mask down for a minute?
Yeah, nobody got time for all that. That's it.
He was like, so you married? Can I have your number? Damn, so I was completely thrown. I was like, this is what we going out in the streets?
And nobody got time. Yeah.
And here's the funny part.
If you just check out people's
right.
eyes, like people speak from their eyes. So if your eyes don't look right, I don't even want to talk to you.
Right.
But don't look at me because I'm asleep at all times. My eyes closed. And like, I walk around like, don't look at me.
Right.
Because now with this pandemic and everything with these masks, it lets you know how much we didn't look at people really in their face, man.
Yeah.
Like you really didn't look people in their eyes. That's it. Just teaches you that now.
Yeah.
Like you know people by their nose size. Oh, that's big lip tail. Look at my big lip tail. You know.
Right.
It's funny you should say that though. When I was a kid growing up, like my parents used to always teach me to walk up to people and stand straight in their face, greet them.
Wow.
Like I wasn't allowed to walk past them down the street and not say hello.
Yo, I love that, bro.
I love y'all, man. I love y'all, but I gotta go.
All right, bro.
All right,
Y'all later.
Get it in, man.
All right.
All right, peace, bro. Yo, Craig, that right there, bro. When I tell you that, I mean, my mother, raised me the same way. Say good morning to everybody, speak to people. But it wasn't like 2012. Like literally, and I talk about all the time. That was my 2012 resolution. It was literally to make sure that as many people that I could, if I'm walking past you, and if I had an opportunity, I'm saying hello, I'm greeting you, and I decided to take, look at it in a new way, not take it for granted, and actually take the opportunity. So, bro, that's powerful. Your mom, that was your mom's that really instilled that?
And both my parents, like I couldn't walk down the street. If I walked down the street and saw somebody walk past and I didn't say hello, my father would slap me upside the back of my head.
Wow.
That was the thing.
Yeah, he was really drilling those manners.
So like when I'm teaching these kids, these little boys,
right?
I tell them like you give somebody a firm handshake and stare them in their face.
Right.
Make eye contact with them.
Right.
Like you can't shake somebody's hand and stare down at the ground.
Right.
Yeah,
man.
You gotta have power, let people know that you know.
Yeah, you just gotta be that positive person, Tanisha, it's so good to see you as always. How's everything been?
Here. I'm good.
That's
keeping busy, man. It's been really crazy. So I've been missing. I'm happy.
Oh, it's all good. As they say, I look at every moment as just an opportunity. So it ain't even no thing. I'm just glad to know you all good.
Yeah, I'm good. I appreciate that.
Now I want to know. Okay, so I know you've been working. Have you had at least one opportunity to feed your creativity since last time we talked?
Yeah. So
what? Let's get it.
Yeah. So actually, somebody else asked me. Another poet asked me to do one track with him for his album.
Nice.
So I'm writing right now.
Oh,
to
that's
try to
dope.
get that piece together.
Dope. That's so cool. That's what's up. You at work right now?
No. I'm getting ready for work. Just doing a little straighten it up before I head out. But yeah.
That's what's up. Yeah, well, it's always good to see you. Sherry, you got a chance to pop in. Hey.
Yes, I'm here getting ready to become an official South Carolina resident. I'm excited.
Tell me more about it.
It's not that exciting. I'm going to get my credentials changed over. It's going to call it a damn journey. But with COVID, and going to the DMV, I've actually, when I got here, I was like, oh, I'm moving. It never dawned on me until I was here that I've never moved to a whole nother state before. Right. So, you don't know what you don't know. So I had to go back and here they pay, like Virginia, they pay property tax. So you pay property on your car. Okay. They don't do emissions, but you do pay property on it.
Oh, I didn't know that. They don't do emissions, but you pay a property tax on your car?
Yeah.
Okay. So why don't they do emissions? That's interesting.
I don't know.
Just like, we're clean and there's nothing that could be. Right now. They just got a thing. They're just like, we're clean and there's
they must believe that shit, because the governor just said last week no masks are needed, so they must believe they're clean.
Yeah, that's
everybody's clean.
I've never heard of a place that doesn't have an emissions test to make sure that your vehicle is not polluting the environment. That's interesting.
Yeah. But you know what's really funny, and I don't know this to be fact. What I've noticed is that down here, it's like, especially where I am, because I'm in a tourist area. Mm-hmm. You see people that it's like the have and the have-nots. There's no in between. So you see a lot of like muscle cars. You know what I mean? Like Camaros, Mustangs, and everybody puts the loud exhaust pipes on them, where they had the big monster trucks, sitting up high, or you had the little hoopies that people were just like, I just need to get to the beach.
Right.
So there's no in between, and I guess maybe that's why, because you just don't really see a lot of like I don't know. I mean, I have no idea.
Myrtle Beach. That's why it's just like, we clean and the beach is here, so we all good.
Right.
Is the DMV down there like how it is here? Like, is it a different experience?
Well, I live in a small. Well, actually, it's a small town in Baltimore, but it's one of the largest towns in South Carolina, and definitely in Horry County. Mm-hmm. So it's different because it's not crowded like going to Mondawmin, where I got my license. I grew up in Northwest, so
right.
Going there, and then of course going to Birmingham, older came where I went, if now to Westminster. It's more like, if anybody's ever been to the Westminster DMV, it's more like
I've
that.
Been there. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's more like that.
Right. Well, that's
it's more like that, and everybody is sir, ma'am, and that sort of thing.
Did you have to schedule an appointment, or just like walk-in kind of deal?
Yeah, I had to schedule an appointment, and that's what that like the first 2 times I went, that's what made me mad, because I had scheduled an appointment and it just wasn't as clear what you needed to do. But I did get some stuff done, so now when I go back, I think this should be a much faster appointment
process.
Yeah.
Definitely feel you on that. Process, so cool. Want to do a quick refresh in the room. Want to say hello. We want to say good morning to Sabrina, again to T, Eunice. We're hanging out here. If you'd like to come to the stage, by all means. The goal is mainly to say hey, to check in, just to see how you're doing, see how your experience has been going, just in life in general. And then also here in this Clubhouse environment, which I am so excited about every day. One of the things I want to just say as a reminder to everybody, because you can't hear the news enough, the good news of what's going on in this app and all that kind of good stuff. So you can now create your own club. So if you didn't know that, you can create your own club within the app. And all you have to do is go to your profile and then scroll all the way down to the bottom, and you'll see a plus sign. And you can go ahead and create your own club. When you do it, you can create up to 2 clubs a month. That's one thing that most people don't know. And when you do create a club, the name of the club has to be 25 characters or less. You have to select 3 topics. And then as far as the description, you can put anything you want. But I just wanted to just continue to make note of that for everyone, just to make you aware. Having a club is a pretty amazing thing, because you get the opportunity to start building even more of a community around what you're already doing if you're here on Clubhouse hosting rooms. And if you're not, it gives you something to think about, a reason why. Because clubs can be used for a couple of different things. Communities, they can be used for reoccurring events or shows. and it can also be used for like private gatherings or private connections. So yeah, just wanted to make a quick note of that for everybody, that you can now create your own club. So yeah.
I had my first room in my club yesterday.
Say it again, Sherry.
I was so excited. I had my first room in my club yesterday. It was exciting.
Okay.
It was exciting.
You got to tell us about it. You got to take it from the top.
I mean, it was exciting just to be able to create.
Right.
Take it from the top. It was just exciting to be able to create a club. I mean, a room under my own club. You know, that's the biggest part of it. But the room was about 30 tips to create a successful e-newsletter. So, yeah, it was cool. It was nice. And I streamed it on, you would be proud, Papa Aaron. I streamed it on Facebook and YouTube as well. So there you go.
Wow, nice. That's cool. What's your name of your club again?
Women 40-ish and over.
Love it. I think that's so dope.
Thank you. And our girl Gloria started her club.
Wow. That's so cool. Oh my goodness, that's so cool. Okay, so quick context for everybody. Gloria Mayfield Banks, who's well known for the work that she's done with Mary Kay, is a friend of Sherry's and even one of Sherry's mentors. And we have been able to work. We got the opportunity to work with her as far as helping her with the direction she's going with her brand and that kind of thing. And so I've just been excited about her because to me, she's a phenomenal woman, a phenomenal person. We talked to her about Clubhouse. She's here, happens to be yet another person here who just has benefited so much off of Clubhouse and just this kind of environment. And now she started her own club. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Did she go with what was it? Women?
No, she didn't.
Okay.
She didn't. She surprised me, but I love it. It's called Empower Her. Instead of empower, it's empower her. Empower. No, I think it's Empower Her movement.
Empower Her movement?
I believe that's what it's called, but I know it has Empower Her in it.
Okay.
I'm gonna do a quick search.
And are you saying that like it sounds like you're combining the two words together? So instead of empower,
let me do her justice and get the exact title. Hold on.
Yo, that's fire.
Okay. No, I was completely wrong. Oh my goodness. It's entrepreneurial hership.
Okay. Entrepreneurial hership?
Entrepreneurial hership.
Wow.
Instead of an entrepreneurship, instead of entrepreneurship, it's entrepreneur hership. She put an H in front of the ER.
Right. So I feel what you're saying. So it's almost like it's more so.
So go to her profile.
Yeah.
Go to Gloria Banks, and at the bottom, you'll see her club, which is the first one listed, and it says women who are unapologetically at the top of their game, guiding each other and sharing wisdom with other women who are climbing to the top and not afraid of the hustle.
Yo, that's so dope.
Yay.
Right.
I love that woman so much.
I'm telling you, she's really doing it. Yeah, I think she probably spelled it to almost where it's pronounced like entrepreneur, but it's entrepreneur.
Right, but with an H-E-R in middle.
Entrepreneur. I like
right.
that. Wow. So creative.
I do too.
That's too dope. So dope. Cool beans. So you almost there? You headed out? You almost there?
I'm heading out. I'm just getting some things together and getting ready to head out. So let's chop it up for a second. I got a minute. This is usually my 9. So
that's what's up.
Let's get into it. What you want to talk about, Aaron Hill? Hot tea, by the way. Hello to you.
Well, the funny part is I'm about to play some piano.
Yes. Okay. A treat for me. Well, like I'm the
and everybody else. Speaking of which, I want to say hello again to all the peoples on Facebook and YouTube. Much love, everybody. Hope y'all having a great day so far. Yeah, I'm gonna play a little piano. Play some piano. So I'm excited because today, man, it's time to hit the streets again. Street Serenades, everybody. I'm going to be putting out some information very, very shortly. And I'm excited. I'm going to be probably going down to Lake Montebello today. I think I might go down there and see if my mom is there. My mom also with her quarantine art. So yeah, you all can look out for that very shortly. Yep. And this starts the season, the Street Serenade season. So I'm really excited about it. And Sherry, I'm excited about the traveling Street Serenades as well. This is about to be a lot of fun. All right, so I'm gonna play some. Yeah. Let's have some fun with some piano. I'm just gonna improv something. We'll see what happens, where the fingers want to go once I get going. I hope y'all enjoyed that. That was an original tune of mine called November Night's Dream that I wrote last November. Thanks, Carlo. Carlo says, clap. Clap, clap. Thank you, Carlo. Oh, man. Thank you, everybody. Yes, yes.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Sherry. Ta-ta, babe. In the words of Johnny Guitar Watson. Oh, man. Yeah, so I wrote that song. Not this November, but last November. And yeah, it was a November night, and I can't remember. I don't know if there was an actual dream I had. I can't even remember at this point, but I remember that it was a November night when this idea came to me. And actually, in the background now, I'm gonna play the original track that I made when I first just kind of made this as a sketch. November Night's Dream. Yeah. And also, Carlos says, that was soothing, brother. Thanks, man. Appreciate you, fam. Appreciate you. Sherry, do you remember that tune? Did you remember the melody when I started playing it? Have you heard me play that tune before?
I don't remember that. It was new to me.
Yeah.
I don't think I've heard that.
Sweet. Yeah, so this song, it's just it was a groove. This was the groove right here that I originally created for this tune. Make sure y'all hear it here. Hey, Karen. Yes. Yeah, so this is November Night's Dream. Hey, Karen. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you guys today?
Doing pretty good, Karen.
Good to see you, lady. Yeah, it's been a minute. I needed to step away from some of the chatter from all around me and refocus, and now I feel better.
I love it. Absolutely love it. So, Karen, you just came in when I just got finished sharing. In fact, I just got finished sharing on the piano, and I played my song called November Night's Dream. In fact, this track that I'm playing here in the background is like the original track that I made for it. But I just performed it on the piano right before you came in.
Oh, yeah. I missed that. I'll have to go back and see if I can find that on Facebook Live, right?
You can, but actually you might be in for a treat because I think I might play another one now that you're here. I might play another one. So I'm going to do a second tune, and then we'll jump back into conversation. Sherry, I was asking you, had you heard this one before? And I was also thinking about the other tune that you said you liked from my catalog, the Behold the Star. So I think I'm going to play Behold the Star.
Yay!
Get a two for today. So this is Behold the Star. I wrote this song in 2013, and the melody is around the thought of just seeing the light in someone else, seeing the positivity in another person, seeing each other through eyes of love. So this is Behold the Star.
Wow. Ooh. That was absolutely tremendous. You just grounded me. You just grounded me. Thank you.
Wow. Whew. I gotta take a couple of deep breaths so I can.
That was phenomenal. I felt your shifts in tempo. I felt your shifts in emphasis. I felt I could imagine a star rising. I could imagine the star settling. I could imagine different phases of that star. I love that song. Wow. Thank you. Where can I get that? I gotta add that to my playlist.
Oh my goodness. Thank you for asking, Karen. Thank you for asking. And first of all, thank you again for your words as far as that piece. It really is that, like, I'm expressing as much as possible, just exactly what you said so eloquently. Just seeing that star, seeing that light, you know. So to answer your question, and thanks for asking, where you can get that is that if you click on my Instagram bio, you'll see, and one of the links there says my new album, The Serenade Volume 12. And if you click that, then it'll just add itself to your, wherever you have your current music, whether you listen to it on Spotify, Apple Music, and that kind of thing. But yes, for everyone, in my IG bio, you'll see a link there that says The Serenade Volume 12. So that is there, as well as an hour of music just like that, original songs. I also do some covers on there too. I covered Marvin Gaye's "What's Going On," and you'll hear some of my other meditative music. So yes, that's on The Serenade Volume 12. And then there's another link in my IG bio that just says all of my music, and you'll see the rest of my music there too. That's like that. But Karen, I can't wait until you listen to that there and tell me what you think about that song there, and the take that I did there, as well as the rest of the project.
Awesome. I look forward to it. Thanks so much.
Yes, no doubt. And thank you. Also want to quickly refresh the room, say hello to all our new friends. Say hello to Meyer, say hello to T, and also over here on FB, David Tisdale, what's happening? Ray, And Carlo, what's happening? Thanks a lot, Dave. David says that was dope, AP. Thank you. So appreciate you. And thanks for double dipping, Holmes. Also want to say hello to Sani and of course Sanahara, Chandra. If you all like to come to the stage, by all means, throw up a wave. You know how it goes. We're hanging out. Got another hour to go, and I'm excited about this because, man, I feel like I just got out some good stuff in that. Oh, man, I feel like I just had a great release playing the piano. You know, it really is musical ecstasy for me. You know, anytime that I play and get the opportunity to, it really is that. And you know, in this world of playing the piano and starting off around the age of 21, you know, I've had the opportunity to play a lot of different genres of music. And I'm grateful for that because of what it allows me to do when I just sit down. I can just sit down and I can be free, you know, and not be too caught up in my thoughts. But I can just relax, you know. So I'm just grateful for my whole process to this point and my continual journey, you know, into deeper and deeper freedom. So for everyone that wasn't here earlier when I mentioned it, I'm excited because, and the other reason why this emoting at the piano was so good is because, believe it or not, Karen, you know, when I was just playing that song, not only was I just in this, you know, meditative state, but also I was envisioning myself. I was thinking about later on today when I start my Street Serenade series later today at Lake Montebello here in Baltimore. And I was seeing myself right there in front of the water, seeing myself in the grass, seeing myself with the people. And I was playing that song. And even though I was right here in my studio, I was there in my mind, just gone, you know. So for everybody, Street Serenade starts today at 4 p.m. We'll be down at Lake Montebello, and I'm excited to see all the people and just be able to hang out. It's going to be 73 today. And so this was my, I guess you could say, my preparation for tonight, just kind of getting myself in that headspace and heart space and loosening up and being free. So Karen, thanks for the serendipity and sharing.
Thank you for the synchronicity.
Yes.
I appreciate you. In fact, I have a lot of friends and family in the B-More area, and I want to share this with them. So tell me, you said 4 o'clock today.
Yes, 4 o'clock at Lake Montebello. What I'm going to do is I'm getting ready to post it on social media awesome. Within this hour. And what I'm going to do is you and I are friends on Facebook, and I'm going to connect. I'm going to send it to or tag you in it or put your name under so you'll see it.
Perfect. I'll share it with them. Thank you so much.
Oh my goodness. Thank you.
When I head up your way, I'm gonna let you know for sure. Whenever that is. Hopefully I get there soon. Yes, I love hanging out at National Harbor, so I don't know how far National Harbor is from you.
Yeah. Are we talking about in DC? The DC
well, it's actually Maryland, actually.
Oh, right.
Fort Washington.
Right. Out there near the Oxon Hill, Fort Washington.
Yeah, exactly. That's my all my family's in Oxon Hill, Laurel, Fort Washington, all that area. Yeah.
Love it.
So what is that, like 45 minutes? Is that far?
Yeah, it's about 45. Okay. Yeah. Last time I was over there, I played for a wedding out in that area. They had a beautiful mansion out there. So yeah, that's about 45, 50. Out that way. So for sure. And yeah, I'm going to post the Street Serenades information today. And again, everybody, I'm so excited. I did 110 Street Serenades between the dates of May 29th, 2020. And I think the last one I did was November 11th, 2020. I did 110 Street Serenades where I take my piano outside to the community. I take it to parks. I take it to, sidewalks and just everywhere and just play music for the people. And it's been an amazing thing. If you had told me a year ago that my focus would shift as far as the performing side of my career as a piano artist, that it would shift from inside venues to taking my music to the streets. And not only would it do that, but that would become my lifelong like legacy. You know, I will be a world famous street musician and happy as hell about it because it's the best venue for me. It allows for my personality to be exactly what it is, just connecting with people, giving love, putting smiles on faces, giving hugs, like, you know, just that whole nine. And music started off for me as one of those giving type of expressions. You know, it was purely for just the love of music first, you know, and then it became that giving kind of thing to other people. And then I just happened to be fortunate at 21 to make a career, you know, out of it. So I'm grateful. I've done a lot of things and I've been places, and there's nothing like what I'm doing right now because I get to be right with the people. So speaking of being with the people, I want to say what's up to my people. The good brother Root, Sanahata Meyer T. If y'all want to come up to the stage, by all means, throw up a wave. The main goal is to say hey, of course, and then to continue to chop it up in conversation. We're having a great morning so far. Good morning, Sanahata, Amachandra. Everybody, let's say good morning, good morning, good morning. Yes, yes. Good morning, Ama.
Morning. Good morning. Grand rising, y'all.
Yeah. Rude.
Peace. What up?
Peace,
Rude.
What up, fam?
Oh man, this is good. This feels like a little bit of a reunion right here, man. I feel some Baltimore soul up in my blood right now. Golly. Got Root, got Armor. Oh
Yeah.
Man.
I just popped a picture.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
I can't hit you. What did you say?
Oh no, I said I just popped on the scene so y'all can see my hat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dope hat. I like it.
Yeah, that's dope, bro. Bruh. Dopeness on top of dopeness, bruh. Dope. Yo, where'd you get the hat, bro?
Funny story. I did Schoolhouse Rock with Amachandra.
Yes.
Amachandra. What was that? Like 4 years ago?
Yeah. Like, because we did that one against the Wiz.
Yeah, and we did that, and we did an encore. I think we did the Wiz, but before we did the Wiz, we did an encore presentation at Schoolhouse Rock at WTMD. Shout out to Sam Sessa.
Wow.
And I asked Kelly Bell if he had a conductor's uniform, so I asked him for so he gave me a hat and a farmer's jumper. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Overall. So he said, no, I can't fit these anymore. Just keep them until you don't need them anymore. And yeah, man, 4 years later, I still need them.
Hell yeah. Yo, that hat is so fly though, bro. So yeah, go ahead.
I didn't think I could wear hats like that, yo. Cause I
was
my
God, bro.
Around town for brown fish.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, man, yo, that's a nice hat.
Right.
And then I got that hat and I put it on for the first time. I was like, oh, yo. I was wearing a hat.
Yo, I love it. You know, I'm gonna tell you what's so cool about this. Like literally right before you said that, right before you said that, I was getting ready to say, man, I love that hat and I love how it looks on you. And I've never worn a hat. I was literally getting ready to say, like, I've never actually had that kind of hat. And it makes me like actually want to like try it on. So for you to say that was the same thing that happened to you, that's crazy.
And yo, it's a crazy story. So before I started growing my locks, I would wear fitted hats. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Baseball, football, whatever, basketball. And then when I started growing my locks, I put a hat on one time and somebody said, yo, you look like Lil Jon or like Future or somebody. I'm not wearing fitted hats.
Say, I'm good.
And no diss to them, but I didn't like that.
Right. I feel you.
So
done.
Then I stopped. I'm like, I guess with locks, I really can't wear hats like that.
Right.
So then I put that hat on. I was like, wow, I never figured that I would be able to wear that. And then I tied that into how people wear clothing.
Right.
And it's something about you wearing your clothes versus your clothing wearing you.
Ooh. Right.
So
right.
Yeah, man. So that hat is an extension and a reflection of where I am within myself, because you make the clothing look cool.
Right.
Cool.
Right.
So,
bro, I talk about this all the time. What'd you say? What'd you say, Alma?
His inner cowboy, his inner owl. He look like he is the baddest mofo. He's like,
right.
Shut it all down.
Thank you for that, yo. Putting on that make you feel like, remember back in elementary school when you had new shoes and you felt like nobody, you know what I'm saying? You were like, yo, don't touch my shoe. And then like you walk different when you had shoes.
Bruh, I'm trying to tell you. Look, the funny thing is the hat is representing for you right there. See that? And I like it too, because again, now it makes me want to even try that and try a different style, because I've never had that kind of hat. I've never, worn that kind of thing. But bro, it's crazy because the way I look at you in this pic, it looks like you've always been rocking that style. Like it's like it meets exactly your look total.
Right? It definitely does.
It's so dope, yo.
Yeah, and
the hat and the beard go together.
Right.
You the hat, the beard, like everything, the eyes,
some boss shit.
Everything.
Yeah, appreciate y'all, man. It's synchronicity, because I would have never went to the store and purchased
and just purchased that. Right.
But now I'm thinking I'll have a dashery like, hey, what's good?
Hell yeah. Yo, I always say serendipity plus intention equals life, bro. I always say this shit. So I think, thanks, man. I think about, the way you told that story and just even the intention that you set that put you in that moment with that person. And then the serendipity of the fact that he'd be like, hey man, like, here's some shit for you. And then you do it, and then boom, you looking at it like, damn. And then a new aspect of you unfolds. Because I could already see, like, that was the serendipity that brought that hat. But I could already see, even from this pic and just from what you're saying about it, you about to be purchasing hats like that, yo, and just rocking them joints.
Yeah. Yo, and it's crazy, bro, because like anytime I wear that hat, like it be turning heads. Like I think I was somewhere the other day and I had the hat on and I heard somebody and I have my mask on, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
My face, it's just the energy. So somebody said, yo, you wearing that hat? You look good in it. I was like, whoa, okay.
Yes, you got the straight alkaline.
Right.
Yo. Karen, Sherry, y'all like the hat? Yo, I love the hat, yo. I'm telling you.
I love it. It's giving me vibes. It's so hot. I love it.
Thank you.
Nice hat. Very natural looking. You look very natural in it. There's something about a man that can wear a hat that just like exudes confidence.
Right. This is true.
Absolutely.
This is so true.
Power with that, Karen, because there was a level of confidence apparently I didn't have, and then when I put the hat on, I was like, "Oh yeah, it's like it was waiting for you." You know what I mean? And I think that we all have these tools within us.
Yeah.
And sometimes you need a therapist. Sometimes you need an experience. All of those things.
Sometimes an experience is therapy.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. Listen. Yeah. And when that happens, you step into something that was already meant for you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So.
Yo, that's why, it's one of those things where it's evolution, right? And it's why I love this whole flow. I love being open, I love being open and open-minded and that kind of thing, because yeah, man, when you try new things out or, what have you with those open eyes, man, you see yourself in different ways. So it's almost like it just shows you the possibilities. It's funny because I'm really sitting in the same exact experience myself. So for everybody that's hanging out with me on FB and YT, you see what I'm holding up in front of the screen. These are my wrist beads, my what do we call these things? These are my beads, my bracelets. Yeah, but like the kind of, I forgot what you call these. Is it man beads or I got tiger eye here. So I used to wear these kind of bracelets. The last time I wore a bracelet was I was like 12, and my mother got me. Man, this was like one of those moments, like when you're the kid and you get the earring or you get the bracelet, and you just, man, remember the herringbone back in the day? Jamal, did you have a herringbone, bro?
Come on, yo. What the gazelle?
And we would always be like, let me see if your herringbone ring. Let me see the back of your neck. If your neck is green, it ain't real. It ain't real.
Yeah, no, I got Guyanese, man. So we would have my only goal would be Guyanese gold. So that's not.
Yeah. So these bracelets, these beads. I didn't used to wear these kind of things. I haven't worn bracelets since I was 12. My mother got me this bracelet with this little gold plate on it. Said Aaron. Of course, y'all know I was just like, I felt so special. But since then, I never really been a jewelry wearer and that kind of thing. And so recently, I'm getting into new things. I'm finding myself in new ways. And so I started seeing some friends of mine who had these kind of bracelets and then the man beads as far as the necklaces and that kind of thing. And I was like, man, that's really cool. Like, I've never been a flashy person. So I never been a walk around with gold, silver. I do like sterling silver, but never been that kind of person. But anyway, I get into this, and then it's now part of my personality. Like it's just one of those things, even though it doesn't go to my head, I'm not less confident without it, but it's just having fun with aesthetic, having fun with trying new, things and just style and flavor, so yeah, bro, the hat, baby. Go ahead, Alma.
I love the expression and the unfolding, right? Because I remember when you have hair, as someone like me who goes from, I remember when I had locks. Y'all don't know, none of you all know Alma with locks.
Right.
But I used to have my locks look like Jamal. Not as long as yours. I think I cut them before they got as long as yours are, Aaron.
Okay.
But that being said, I couldn't wear a hat, and I'll rock the hell out of it. And so when I could not wear hats until when I cut my hair, like all of a sudden I could wear hats again. So hats and aesthetic, now there's a lot more variety than they did back when I was wearing them. I couldn't find any for a head size that big. But anyway,
welcome to my world too. Oh my goodness.
Oh my God, there's more now though, because especially if you're getting into there are people who make like straight brim, like dope brims of all kinds that you have made for you, and work with your hair. So then when you cut your hair, then you can't wear your hat no more. It's crazy. But I love that you're wearing more jewelry, Aaron. It means a lot, especially the stones.
Right.
The stones, because a lot of people, I love when I see men who step into that power. It was one of the gifts that I would always give to people would be jewelry. And so like having wearing and sharing and expressing, I love that men are starting to step outside of this idea of what's acceptable, because it's all just a story. So keep rocking it. Keep rocking
100%.
it.
Yeah, and we all know that's a Eurocentric stigma about not wearing those things. Even I heard you say earlier, you said man beads. Man, they just beads.
They just beads, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. You're right.
But there's definitely masculine and feminine energy and just earthly energy in general, and the power of these things. You know what I mean? So
I'm so feeling you on that. So feeling you on that.
Oh my gosh. Especially when you think about like indigenous culture and the beads and the feathers and the stones and the teeth and the gold, like everywhere. From America's here on this side, all up and through Africa, wherever you go. But it's sort of like how they would tell us in professional, you can only wear a pearl or a small hoop. And we would always get put out or get in trouble for wearing jewelry that are aesthetic. So yes, I agree with you, Jamal. It is definitely a European aesthetic that even they are having to get out of. But even if they don't, it don't matter because we own our own shit.
Right.
And that too.
Say word.
Say word. So one of these beads, if you all are hanging out with me on FB, this one right here was actually made by Sherry Goodall. This green and silver right here. Sherry is actually making beads, and it's a crazy, amazing thing. Sherry, a shout out for the beads, the bead gang, hashtag bead gang. Yo, you should do that. And Black Root Jamal being here, made me think of it too, because Jamal, you still doing the beard? What you were doing with? I think it was a company or a product or brand, something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, shout out to Angie Watts Essentials. She has beard oils and butters for the men. It was actually something she crafted in a tribute to the legacy of her father.
Right.
And she made a beard brand line. So I'm her brand ambassador for her beard oils and beard butters. And they're vegan free, cruelty free, all natural, black owned establishment. But then they also have a lot of body butters, oils, and tinctures for the ladies as well, for everybody. You know what I mean? So definitely check her out. And if you look up AngieWatts.com, she'll come up.
Okay.
Or Smitty's Beard Essentials. But yeah, I'm definitely still repping her. And then I made the video, The Beard Game Commandments, which is a really cool play on the 10 crack commandments that Biggie did.
Biggie, yeah. So, that's dope.
Yeah, so you definitely want to check that out. And you can find that anywhere on social media. Just type in Black Root and Beard Game Commandments and it'll come up.
Yes. Yeah, definitely check out Jamal's music. He goes by Black Root, and definitely check out his music. Dope MC, dope creator, dope musician, just dope brother all the way around.
Thanks, bro.
Oh, hell yeah, bro. You know it. We go back to the days of brick bodies.
Yo, it's so crazy, yo, because I remember you working out, just say, hey, what's up, man? And then, you over there, it's so funny, quiet. That's how, quiet people do some of the most work, man. A lot of people just be talking.
Right.
I ran into him lifting weights, and he was swole too. He was looking like he was ready for like the Black Panther movie before it came out. You feel me? And I'm like, oh, all right. So I said, hey, what's good, bro? And then he said he was swole Aaron. Right, swole.
The swole Aaron, swole Aaron, right?
Kung fu grip action Aaron. You feel me? So then I was like, hey, peace, bro. Just cordial like I am.
Right.
He was cordial like he was. And then I think maybe I might have seen him in Organic Soul or something, or he saw me.
Right.
And then once those floodgates opened, it was a wrap after that.
Right. Oh man. Talk about, how they say brother from another mother, man. Golly. Like once we connected, and then past just like the first one, just the fitness tip and health and just positive mindset. And then that day when you were like, yo, I'm an MC2 and into the boom bap and everything, I was like, yo, this is so crazy. Talk about brother from another mother, man, because, that's my roots. Like everything started for me from hip hop, everything started, from hip hop. So hell yeah, man. Those were the days. Yeah, bro. You still do you still do anything with fitness or with training or health and wellness?
Well, actually, right now it's more of a personal journey for that.
Yeah, I love it.
Because when I stopped working at Brick Bodies, that was about 2014.
Right.
And that's when I became a full-time artist.
Right.
So I didn't have a gym home, and I want to say it was probably a 2-year decline because I was so used to from high school until 2014. So that's about what, we ain't gonna say years, but it was a while.
Right.
And I hadn't had to pay to go to the gym since I was 18. So here I am,
right,
like for the first time in years, in decades, that I gotta pay. And in my brain, my ego was like, man, I don't need to pay for no gym. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'll just do it at home by myself.
Right.
And I was doing it. But then, I wish we had accountability partners back in
Right.
Because I was just my body allowed me to still look like I was working out,
right,
but I was just packing on pounds, you feel me?
Right.
So, yeah, I got up to probably, I think like 235, 240.
Right.
But nobody noticed it. Everybody was just like, man, you just like you working out. And I was like, nope, I'm just eating sandwiches, bro. And they are delicious. So, yeah, it got to a point. Right? Yeah, it got to a point where I felt it in my knees.
Right.
Because I was packing on weight, and my frame had never been this big.
Right.
And gravity had never treated
my right.
You feel me? So I started just eating better, drinking more water, eliminating sodas, And I think ironically what did it was shortly after I met you, I met a client, a high profile client, and I had him on a strict regimen of almonds, egg whites, fruits, vegetables.
Wow.
Like damn near a pescatarian diet, really, or a vegetarian diet. And since he was coming to see me 3-4 times a week for an hour, I said, man, I got to make sure this routine I give him works.
Right.
So I put myself on his routine just so I can make sure if it didn't work, it's because he was BSing on his regimen.
Right, and not because you weren't giving him what he needed. Yeah.
Correct.
That was good practice.
Yeah, and that practice just helped to alter my diet regimen. You know what I mean? And then of course, I can say this to y'all because it's only all of y'all.
It's only 255,000 people, No,
right, it's only a few thousand people. But yeah, a brother married, you know what I mean? Right. And there's stress that comes with that. And just life stress, period. So I was kind of joking about that, but like just life stress in general.
Right.
And that probably led to me shedding a few pounds as well because I wasn't working out. I was just eating, stressing about life, and drinking water. And then I was like, whoa, okay, I'm getting too. And then people started saying, you know what, dude hates to hear somebody say, "Oh man, you look skinny."
You look skinny.
No dude want to hear that. Small, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, you gonna be like,
So then I said, oh no. But then I had my homeboy who said something that made me feel better. He was like, "Oh, you look like you have lost weight. Have you lost weight on purpose or on accident?" And I said, "Okay, let me
get back up for it." That'll do it, yo. That will do it right there, yo. Like, yo, have you been meaning to lose weight? Right. When it's like that borderline question where they don't want to assume the worst, like that you sick or some shit, and at the same time they like maybe he just maybe he's trying to tone, it's like that borderline question, like, yo, you meaning to lose, but you good, you like, oh, let me get my ass back up in here, man.
The funny thing is, though, when he asked me that, I didn't take that as an insult. I took all the other ones personal. So my sister came down one time and she was like, "Are you okay?" And then when family do that, you like, like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Yes." So then, like, she's literally watching me eat. She's like, "Okay, well, you still have an appetite." I'm like, "Yo,
like, let me get my ass back up on this shit."
Right. And then, of course, the wife says, "Oh yeah, Jamal, you gotten smaller, and that's cool." And I'm like, "No, it's not." I'm like, use another adjective. Don't say small.
Right.
Can you say I got slim? Can you say I got toned? And then I realized I had to do some internal work, and I realized I was like, "Yo, I am putting these connotations of what they're saying on me, and they're not necessarily being negative."
Right.
So I'm like, all right, so let me evaluate myself real quick, and then my homeboy was like, "Yo, you look like you in fighting weight." And when he said that, I locked it in. I was like, "Yo, it's not what people are saying; it's how they're saying it and how I'm perceiving it." You feel me?
Oh, I love that shit. I love that, bro. I love that. Quick refresh. I just want to say good morning to the good brother Eric and T. If you guys want to come up to the stage, by all means, throw up a wave. We'd love to say hey to you. And if not, if you're taking over the world behind your desk, keep doing it. Keep going. Just don't blow all of us up. Nah, I was fucking with you. Yes.
Question. Ask a question.
Yes.
Peace. What's up?
Yes, brother. I'm curious. What's happening? What have you been able to, pivot on the art scene, on your creative expression scene? I'm curious about what you're up to.
Oh goodness, yo. So first of all, peace to you as always. You know what I'm saying? I haven't physically seen your face. You know what I mean?
We're gonna change that though. Just you'll see me soon enough.
Yeah, it was dope seeing you at the It was something. I think it was something D Chase did at the garage, right?
Oh yeah, that was like that was not D Chase. That was Chenier had the Baltimore
scene. Yes.
Scene, yeah.
And it was at D Chase's spot, so it was it was that blackity blackness action. So yeah. But yeah, to answer your question, Queen, like this pivot, and that's my word. Like that's been my word.
Yes, same here.
Yo.
Damn.
Pivot. You know, how do you pivot? And even for me, pivots are associated with memories that have put me on my purposeful path too. You know what I mean?
Right.
So when COVID hit, I remember it like it was yesterday because it was last year.
Right.
March 12th. It was a Friday, and I remember I was contracted to do a gig at a school, and I remember the Thursday the night before, I'd been hearing about some stuff going on, and I hadn't had an assembly. I don't think I had an assembly in March. I had a school-related assembly in February. I was on tour with Step Africa, and everything was popping, right? I was prepared to go to like Trinidad and Tobago for my birthday in February, and I started putting money down in the February 2020 to be ready for 2021. Like it was about to be lit. So like I had like a plan mapped out. It was about to be popping, and then March 11th, I heard that there was this virus that was taking over everybody. And I remember when I was in the airlines in California, I saw a lot of people from like Southeast Asia having masks on, and I was like, well, they got masks on. I was like, okay, whatever. And then when it hit, I got really protective of my family, and I was like, I'm not sending my kids to school. I'm staying home with them. I'm staying home. And that's when everything changed. And I think literally, if that was the 12th, on like March the 14th or the 15th, which was that Monday, I just started going live. I just started doing IG lives, Facebook lives.
Right.
And I just started like just keeping that flow of energy between me and humanity. You know what I mean? And from that birthed a couple of virtual gigs, and it made me. And I think I spoke to you about this, Aaron. And it kind of made me like some type of quick colloquial authority real quick for people like, yo, how you doing these lives? And I was like, I just look at my phone and I hit live. But yeah, it actually it put me in a position to look at what I want to do. If you all have paid attention, or if I have ever told you, you could always see that I do a lot of collaborative efforts. And I don't mind them, of course. But sometimes I use that because standing and doing something from your own volition is more work. It's easier to be like, oh, Aaron hey, Root, would you like to do a solo on my show? Of course I would. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be like, hey, peace, Root. I'm doing blah, say blah. Would you do this? And it's a collaborative energy. And I'm very much a duo person. If you look at all the stuff I've done, J Pope and Black Root, Axiom, Black Root and Wordslay, Baby Beats, Max and Root. You know what I'm saying? Marriage, Laura and Jamal. You feel me? So it's like the duos pop with me. And I love collaborating.
That's what I was gonna say. You have that personality too. As far as you're just a great person when it comes to energy and vibe. And so you're a people person, man. Like
thanks, bro. And it's funny that I know we were talking about Amber Vert and Gerald Levert.
Right, all the verts, right.
But I have it put me in a position to really step out and look at my personal work that I had been jettisoning and being like, oh, okay, well, that's not popping right now. Let me go with the energy of what's working, as opposed to me creating something that can work. And that's why, like, I would have never done the Beard Game Commandments and that video if COVID didn't pop off, because I had written the lyrics to that video almost a year ago. But I just didn't have the inspiration or the commitment to be like, okay, let me just hunker down and do this. And I noticed I started doing some things and that actually helped my collaborative efforts. So like me and Word actually got in the studio and we laid down a song. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm actually teaming up with Nelson Imope from Nelly's Echo. And we're working on a project right now on a song. So, and so in my mind, it actually helped for me to focus clearer. And that pivot for me is, if you're really about that hustle or really about building yourself, you could have to look at the pandemic as an option to to use that as an excuse to continue to not build yourself or to stop building yourself, or to be like, okay, this is here, but all this is a challenge for me to continue doing what I've been doing. You know? So yes, I did like Aaron, I've done some sidewalk serenades, then I branched off and did some of my own.
Right.
I've been just doing a lot of stuff virtually from the house. And I think there have been some situations where I've had like 3 or 4 or maybe even 5 Zoom assemblies or workshops. Yeah. And if we were in person, I wouldn't be able to do that because I have one in Southeast DC. I have another one in Virginia. Right. I'd have another one in Arundel County, you know, so, and they're all like literally within 30 minutes of each other, but I can't close that space physically, but virtually, all I got to do is get up and log on and log back off. So my commute is easy, you know.
I love it, bro.
I love it. And one of the things, I'm so grateful that you're talking about the live and the expansion beyond what's been comfortable. You know, for those of us in the art scene, it's like, you know, things have happened and we just kept moving in that journey. So that flexibility to step into that new way, that's what's up, because that's what we've all had to do.
Right.
In some form of fashion. It's to stay sane.
Yes.
To stay sane.
Yes.
It's really helped a lot. So I appreciate you sharing, and I'm gonna look forward to seeing you, because I'm gonna talk with you about some of the. I would love to elevate on my platform some of the stuff that you're doing with the children, because that's a segment of what I do as well. So I'd love to talk with you more about that. But as we continue going, you know, kudos to you, kudos to the family, kudos to becoming big strong man again, kudos to the hat.
Right, thank
kudos
you.
To the beard. The beard says all the things. Like, the beard talks for you. So yeah, thank you for sharing.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, and I would love to collab with you. Yeah, and I think also this time has allowed you to be more, or at least it puts you in a position to be more focused on really being specific on how you barter and use your time.
Yep.
Even to the point where I'm like, okay, I have like 5 projects that I want to do this year, or 6 things that I plan on doing, and until I do those things, it's okay for me to say no.
Right.
You know
exactly.
To those
Sacred no. I love that no. I practice saying no now. I get the mirror. How many ways can I say no? To build it up, you know, hell no. That's not gonna work for me.
Right.
You know, fuck out of here. Like all of it, I practice my no, because I said yes too much. I appreciate that.
I love this, man. I love this. This, you know, this concept of pivoting is something that, you know, I've been talking about. I talk about it pretty much every day in some way, shape, or form. You know, it's natural to my personality, but it's also something that during a time like this, even like with what we've been saying here, it just becomes even more focused. Like, it's more focused. So then what happens from there is, what we're really just talking about is evolution. And we're talking about that bell curve, like that time where you look at this time in history and you fast forward 100 years from now. And if you were to look at it on a graph, all of a sudden you see this big spike on the graph where it just shoots up. And you're like, damn, what happened there? And it was because there was something that happened in our world that forced us all to grow and grow fast, or not at all. Because the thing about a wave is that when a wave comes, it's either going to be one of those things that is a catastrophe and it's the cause of your destruction, or your ass is going to learn how to surf fast enough, whether you're a surfer or not. You know what I mean? So it's just one of those things. And so that's why I love having these conversations, when I like talking about it. And we're going to actually even keep going with this concept of what's your pivot? You know, what have you found that has made you look yourself in the face, look at yourself in the mirror, and to be able to deal with certain things or figure out what do you want, you know, not be able to have any excuses. We were talking about it a little bit earlier here. Myself, Craig, Caesar, and Drummer Boy, we were just, you know, chopping up about it, where it's just like, these are times that have forced us all to learn ourselves in new ways and to be open and to grow. So on the other side of this is why I look at the glass as half full as opposed to half empty. Because real talk, it's like, what doesn't break you makes you. And so I love how we find ourselves in new ways. I want to do a quick reset of the room. I want to say what's up to the good brother, Ken. Hello to Jana. If y'all would like to come to the stage, by all means, we're going to keep this thing going. This great conversation. We're hanging out with Fruit, hanging out with Sanahara, Karen, we got LT. And we're going to keep this thing going around this concept of not only what it means to pivot in life and how we're all forced in some way beautifully right now to pivot or to learn ourselves to deal with things. You know, you don't have excuses now that you don't have time. I wrote a post earlier last year on Facebook as soon as this whole thing hit and as soon as the world changed. And I was like, to be honest, right now, all we have is nothing but space and time. There's nothing between our goals but space and time. And it was really one of those things of looking at ourselves directly, looking at ourselves in the mirror. So with that, that means that you have the space and time to heal the relationships. You have the space and the time to learn a new skill that you've been procrastinating on, or that you just realistically didn't have the time because you're a mother or father or someone who had to drive, you know, for 2 to 4 hours just to get to your job, you know. And so, yes, some new things open up as far as things to deal with, but it also opens up some opportunities too. So I'm going to take the opportunity to open up this conversation even more as far as the pivot and you finding your happiness, you finding out what's for you. And so with that, let's see. Let's say what's up to LT. LT, what it be? LT, what it be? LT, what it be?
What's up, sis?
Woo-hoo.
Hey, love and light, y'all.
Love and light, love rising, LT.
What it do? What it do?
What it do? What it do? LT. Yes. We just hanging out, having the greatest of conversations as always.
What were you talking about? Because I kind of came in and I walked away, and then I heard some good stuff, and then I came back and got filled up and walked away and came back.
Yo, that's what I love about this app. The fact that you can literally live like that and still be tuning in. My mother, if y'all didn't, if y'all weren't here, let's see, was yesterday? No, day before yesterday.
Monday.
Yes. Was it Monday? No, Tuesday, yeah. So Tuesday, we had an after show rap with my mom.
And your pops.
And my pops. AKA second coming of Red fucking Fox. Yo, if y'all were to see them two in person, now they're not together, but they are still like, you know, cool and on really good terms. My mother is so funny. Every time she see my father, she like, what's up, big head? She call him Frederick Douglass. She call him Red Fox. Oh, man, hilarious. Oh, my God. We were hanging out with my mom and, just, you know, hanging out with her, talking about my childhood life and just all the things that goes into this expression that you all see right now. So anyway, but the topic of the conversation is we're just talking about pivoting at this point, you know, pivoting, how during this time we've been forced to pivot in one way or another, and also how we continue to find ourselves for many of us. And this is what I like about what Jamal just said and Sanahara, you know, we've talked about this, like just the idea of being turned right back around to yourself, being forced to say, what do I want? Who am I? What makes me happy? You know, you're forced to self-love. You're forced to like see yourself through, you know? So this time has offered us that, the ability to pivot. And so we're just talking about how we all have pivoted during this time or what pivoting is for us in life. You know?
Oh, okay.
She's like, oh, why?
I feel you like that. So, you know, I think for me, it wasn't a force.
Mm-hmm.
Like it wasn't something that I had to be forced to do or anything like that. Something that I actually just came into agreement with.
Right.
So, and there's a different energy when you come into agreement with something as opposed to be forced into doing something.
Right.
And so I just aligned with what was happening without resistance,
right,
which actually opened up a lot of growth for me and development and family time and those things. And I got to sit still. Like I literally did not leave my house pretty much all of 2020. Like I had made plans to do like a a 3-city month tour on the East Coast. My children and I, then all that got canceled. And I just stayed in the house. I stayed in the house. I took care of myself. I aligned more with some physical yoga. I also came into this agreement that I would get dressed every single day. So for the year that we were out, like, you know, the world was on pause. I was acting like I was going somewhere. So if you call my phone, you have to see me in action. Wow. Like, and like I'm saying, the number one question was, where are you going?
Right.
I was just like, here. It was like, so why are you dressed? Why wouldn't you get dressed? Why wouldn't you get dressed? Because the world told you that you couldn't go outside. No, you get up and act as if you were going wherever you were going.
That's it.
Every day.
Keep it flowing.
Yes, absolutely. Yo, real quick, my apologies to interject, but I had to say this. One of my homegirls took a Throwback Thursday picture of her wearing a dress, and I said, yo, you better dress up anyway and let the world catch these physical hands you got.
Right.
These clothing hands, these fabric hands. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
That's what I did. I mean, like, even so one thing I came in alignment with was, okay, so if the world wasn't going to give me the things that I would normally get from it, then I would give it to myself. Right. So I turned my patio into a spa where I got me a massage table. I got the heating machine for the rags. I bought a single sauna.
Wow. Shit, I'm coming. Oh, God damn it. Okay. So I'm about to get in a
so
plane
I can
right
just
away.
sit in the sauna and just sweat.
Oh, my God. That's crazy, though.
Yeah, and I made my spa, my backyard as my spa, and then when I wanted a massage, I would just call the lady over and she would come and do it at my home.
Yo, thank you for giving me the blueprint of the next aspect of my life.
Yeah, like, you don't have to, listen, the world don't owe you nothing.
Right.
But you owe yourself everything. So if you owe it to you, then why don't you give it to you? You don't have to wait for somebody to give you permission to do what you want to do for you. Just do it.
Say that again.
So I gave it to me.
Right.
They said this has to stop. I said I'm going to start it. You know, you start one thing, I start another thing.
Yes.
You know, so I didn't let the world take from me.
Yes.
What they was thinking that they was taking, and so it's all about perspective in this.
It really is.
A lot of people looked at this. I remember I just came back from Baltimore from memorializing my grandmother, and then 29 days later, my grandfather died, and everybody was, oh my God, how are you doing? You're grieving. I said, don't you know that my grandparents could not survive not being with each other for all this time that we've been quarantined? They've been together for 60 years, so they both needed to go. They couldn't stay together. Right. You know? So, you know, there was things that just was that you had to just put in perspective with shit.
Right.
So I'm a psychologist, so you can't get me stuck.
Right.
You know, you put me into something. That thing around, like I changed the word no to on. I just flip it.
Yes. Yes.
You tell me no, I just find a way to turn it on.
You just put me on. Right.
You just put me on. You know?
You just put me on.
So
what?
I do it with every part of life. Mm-hmm. Every part of life, man, where I do get to a point where it looks like something that can't be moved in front of me. But it's just my perception.
That's it.
Maybe the way that I thought to move it, I was working with that tool. Mm-hmm. But then it was like, no, but did you look on the left side of it? Look, it was a little crack right there. Mm-hmm. You can get through there? Okay, we're going through there. So it was all about perspective. So my health, spending time with my children and getting to reintroducing ourselves to each other because they spent a lot of time at school and all that stuff. And so we did a prom. Listen, my daughter, it was her senior year. It didn't stop nothing. You hear me?
Right.
We did a whole prom experience for her. A whole prom experience. She got dressed. She got her hair done. She went out to dinner. She took pictures. She had about like 8 girls that they did it. Listen, we did everything that she was supposed to do. Even even at the scale that we can do it. And so I feel absolutely amazing.
I love it.
I'm not waiting for the world to open up, so to say. You know, I'm thankful that I got this time to be still,
100%.
To get to know my family, to play dress up again.
Yes.
To see myself in a mirror.
Glass half full. Let's get it. Now I say you are a glass half full. I'm so resonating with you because your perspective, our perspective is so much alike. You're a glass half full flow. I take control of my life person, you know, and it just so resonates with me.
But guess what? The glass can be half full or it can be half empty. But guess what? It's all refillable. So I ain't worried about where it's at.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
Ooh, yo said turn my no to on.
Right.
Yo, that's the one. That's the move right there.
You got to. You got to.
I love that.
I always say every no is actually a yes in disguise for something else that's a better fit for who you are. So appreciate the no's. No just means next opportunity. Flip your no on. Yo, I love that.
And a new option.
Right, new option. Yeah.
And so it's just turn it on. That I was flipping no all the time. Oh, you said no? Okay, let me just flip this on.
Right.
It turns me on though. Like it gives this energy that says on. It's time to go.
That's what I love about it.
You know, let's go. Yeah.
Right.
That kind of thing.
I love that too, because when you said that, and with Jamal here and what we did with music and Sanahata and everybody else, you know, it's like when you turn that note to on, it's like you just put me on. And you know, in the music industry, that just means you gave me an opportunity. Like you just gave me the keys to my next victory. Let's get it.
We always turn it on, y'all. That just means that who you got to know from was off. Stay online, man. Stay connected. Don't get outside of your Wi-Fi.
Yo, I love that. I want to do.
And the Wi-Fi, as long as the Wi-Fi is on, see, that's why we get to talk right now because it's on.
It's on, yo.
It's on, and everybody can turn it on. You don't need anybody's permission to turn you on.
Right. LLTC leader, y'all heard her first. Love, light.
You got the words today.
Right.
LT got the words today.
Oh yeah, listen. I had a moment yesterday. I seriously had a moment, y'all. And if y'all don't mind me just sharing just a snippet of it, something happened where my baby went through his first real life situation with a relationship, and the mother did something that was out of pocket, and it was very interesting because she was in protection of her daughter, but she forgot about my son. Which was not her responsibility, but as an adult, she was supposed to make sure that she connect with me to let me know what was going on and not take it in her own hands. So, you know, I had to have the conversation with my son to let him know, like, listen, yeah, you're 15. And so we're not going to play these games. And it was out of pocket. She violated the space. She did some things that was just out of pocket. And it just made me look at the village and say, some of y'all are still kids and y'all need to grow up. So it's all good. I'm glad that he is, that he trusts me enough with these parts of his life, you know, at 15, that he's willing to have these conversations with me and say, Mom, you know, this, that, and the other. And so I'm like, yeah, you're doing what children do. And so now we're not even going to play adult games. I want you back as being the child that you are, that you should be, because you got a whole lifetime to be an adult. Right now, we ain't thinking about no relationship. We ain't doing all that. We just want to allow you just to be the child you are. Go ahead and focus on that basketball, baby. Go ahead and play. Go ahead and text as many girls as you want, because you ain't getting serious with none of them. Come on, let's just do this. So, yeah.
So, the one thing I like about your name, LT, is that every time I look at your initials, and I love when I asked you about it, and you were like, LT's a brand by itself. So it's so expansive. So every time I look at your initials, I think of something different depending on what I hear coming out of your mouth, right? So like light and truth, you know, love and the tribe. And just now, LT was lieutenant.
Yes. Comes to my baby. Listen,
I love it.
We talked about this last time. That's why you see the crown fixed on my head with this in my post, is because the Bay Room, boy, woo! We had an amazing time last night, just fixing each other's crown. And the time was, when is enough?
Wow.
And when I see that the sisters, like, before you know it, every last one of us, Dainara graced us with this picture, and we all had our crowns, and we were fixing each other's crown last night. And so it was such a beautiful experience. And I was talking to them about when you have enough and you about to explode, you need some folks that you can talk to so that it can get out of you. So by the time you go to present it, it's presented with love, like the truth. So
I love it. Oh my goodness. I love it.
Speaking of which, my LT acronym today is Lift This.
Yeah.
LT always tells you ways that when you're feeling like you're feeling how to lift this.
Yes.
So that's my
I love that. I love that. That's what I'm going to be using all day today, Karen. Thank you for that. I'm going to lift this.
Love it.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yo, I've been thinking about this for a while, and I'm glad that moment happened, and I'm glad this moment is unfolding like this because, LT, ever since you told me that your name itself, the letters were themselves with the brand, because my mind is just so creative, it just continued to think of different acronyms that your personality fit and with those letters. So like, this is just dope. I think it's dope. So dope.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah, LT has been LT a brand. And like, most people don't even know my first name, which is cool. They don't need to know.
They don't need to know it.
Because, they don't even know her. Totally different people. Like, seriously. She's something else. Whenever she comes out, I'll be like, ooh, they done tapped in her. So we stay in the L and T. We stay here. Because there's some she's groomed.
Right.
She is the lady. Karen knows what I'm talking about.
I'm sorry.
Yes. LT, you always come with the light and with the truth. I want to do a quick refresh. We want to say good morning to Akeisha Dayanara, who now has PTR'd the profile pic to match LT. I love it. And Dayanara, by all means, you doing amazing things, and I love what's happening with the Bay Room. To T and Jenna as well. And if you all would like to come to the stage, by all means, we're going to hang out here for another 10 minutes probably before we wrap up this experience. My goal is to say hello to everyone. We're about to chop it up with the good brother Ken, but I wanted to invite you to the stage. And if not, if you don't want to come up and you just want to continue to hang out, by all means, you can do that too. As always, thanks for coming through. And so on that tip, everybody, let's open up our microphones and let's say a huge good morning to the good brother Ken Briscoe. Ken, what's up, bro? Broski.
Morning, Ken.
Ken, good morning, bro. Ken might be taking over the world from behind his mask.
He's somewhere close.
Yes. So in the meantime, between time, everybody, let's open up our microphones. Say what's up to Dayanara. Dayanara, good morning.
Rising, Dayanara.
Good morning.
Hi, Dayanara. Good morning, family.
Peace. All right, Dayanara. So you got this matching profile pic. I just found out less than 58 seconds ago that you were responsible for this. And I was just about to ask LT what this beautiful profile pic was about. These two beautiful girls. So good morning to you and tell me all about this. That's amazing.
Good morning. I actually changed my picture and then LT started dropping the jewels of our experience last night. So I just went ahead and PTR'd and changed my picture.
I love it. Can you please tell me more about this? Because I was going to ask her about this beautiful picture. Anytime you see two little adorable girls and then you see one obviously helping the other, I was like, oh, I want to know the story behind this. And then she started talking about it and then she mentioned your name. So yeah, what's the inside scoop, yo?
So one of my Bay sisters in the Bay Room definitely kept saying, we have to fix our crowns and help each other fix each other's crowns. And I remembered that I had posted this picture for my niece's birthday. And I have a niece that she's grown. She's like 6 years younger than me. And when I say she's my best friend, she's my best friend. She's my niece. She's my sister. She's my daughter. She's like everything. So
is she your mother at times? Does she want to be your mom?
Yeah, she checks me. She checks me.
You
know what I'm saying? And I receive it. And I'll be like, you know what? I'm going to take that one and sit down. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to sit down on that one. But it's real powerful because we were supposed to go to DR for our birthdays. My birthday was in February. Yeah. So mine's is the 19th and hers the 21st. And my heart was hurting because she turned 40 and I really wanted to be there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the milestone. Yeah.
Man, like my 40th, her and I took that trip and we stayed 2 weeks there. We just had a blast. It was just her and I. But this year we was going to take our kids and have fun and just enjoy one another. Anyways, I wasn't able to go. So I found this picture and I posted it, and the post was referring to her. I was the little girl and she was the big girl fixing my crown.
Oh, wow.
And she has fixed my crown in so many different ways. And my niece owns a company and I worked for her, and we had it was a good experience. And then it was a greater experience when I left the company. But when I say she fixed my crown, she does. It doesn't matter how old she is. It doesn't matter what place in the family we fall into, right?
Right.
Right? Like the younger ones, like my friend calls me what she calls me? She calls me the leader of my family. I'm like, but I'm the youngest.
Let me tell you this. I just mentioned this the other day. We were in an experience here, a great conversation as always. And the brother, David Miller, came up to the stage and he was talking about things. And he said, man, some of my mentors, some are older, some are younger. And he was like, man, people don't think you can have younger mentors. And I was like, yo, David, wisdom and education doesn't have a fucking age on it. Like facts are just facts. Wisdom is wisdom. Like knowledge is knowledge. It's why I love this thing about accountability, because it doesn't matter what age you are to be accountable, help someone else in accountability. Like, I love that. And I love this picture. I love the representation of it, because what an accountability partner. That's so dope. Yeah, that's dope, Diana. Oh my gosh.
I want to just elaborate a little bit about what you said on this experience. So
please.
I'm on a board and commissions for the city of Alexandria.
Okay.
So as you know, I homeschool my boys. And the reason why I homeschool them is because the principal kept suspending them, right? Right? But she's a sister, right? And me and her couldn't see eye to eye, right? And I don't think she's a racist. I don't think her intentions were to constantly suspend my boys, but that was a tool that she was handed down on an upper level as an administrative tool.
I'm about to say,
you know what I'm saying?
She might be, no, go ahead. Yeah, she might not be racist, but she might have prejudice in there and not even be aware of it,
Generalizations.
You know what
I'm saying?
Yes.
So me and her and I, have bumped heads in the past, and come to find, she has joined the board that I am on. I'm like, Jesus, what is going on? Right?
That's how you know when a person like, Jesus, God damn.
What funny stuff is going on in the spirit realm, right? So she's on the board now, and I'm like, dang, man. So anyways, I started saying, okay, I have to make a meeting with her. We have to talk about this. Yeah. But my whole point to what you're saying is, it doesn't matter what position she's in. She didn't see the situation from my lens. That doesn't mean that she is less than or I am less than. It's just that sometimes when we get these titles and we have these numbers or these letters behind our names, we forget where we came from or who we are at the core. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So at the end of the day, I don't think she's a bad person.
Right.
But do I think that she can tell me she grew up in inner city Richmond and all that? It doesn't matter. But sometimes when we leave that, we forget who we are. We forget who we are. And sometimes those suspensions, she didn't see it that it could have hurt my kids. But I was seeing it from my lens from being suspended in the 4th, 5th, 6th grade sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I saw how that affected me in my spirit, right?
Yeah.
So I took action right away to protect mine.
Right. Wow. Talk about pivot. God damn. Talk about pivot.
Miss Diana, how you doing? My name is Jamal, aka Black Root. But I wanted to add on to that. Sometimes it's not that you forget where you're from, because sometimes that might be at her core, but also where is she supposed to be? You know what I mean? So the moment I heard that y'all were on the same board together, I'm like, wow, like maybe the universe is granting her another opportunity to process her experience differently. You know what I mean? Especially when you were talking about age is relative for wisdom. You know, I always used to cringe, even as a young child, when people used to be like, "Oh, you young," and not even when it was in regards to me, just when they said it to somebody else. But I didn't have the words that I have now. And wisdom, it's not even about how many experiences you have, because you could be an 80-year-old who's dumb as a doorknob, but you have a wealth of experience. But it's how you process that experience and how you use it and apply it and share it with your community. That's where the wisdom comes in. You feel me? So I just wanted to add that.
Yeah, I received that. I definitely received that, because and it could be that she needed to be, you know, and the crazy thing is that yesterday in our board meeting, we were talking about racial equity, and there's a new man that's on the board. He's a pastor in the community, and he brought that subcommittee up. Yeah. And that's powerful. I joined the subcommittee, by the way. So I'm like, this is why I joined this board. You know, I'm going to be in there talking about racial equity too, because if anybody knows that my area, Erin, you know, like it's predominantly like middle class, people with money, you know what I'm saying? It's very affluent area. And there's not a lot of people that look like me that are still here. Everybody has moved to Maryland or moved away because it's so expensive, right? Yeah. So I'm a voice of many, and not only brown, not only black, but brown. My kids are half Dominican, half Haitian. You know what I'm saying? So, and we've been here for 20 plus years. So I want to help the moms that look like me. I want to be a voice for them. Right. So I love that. Oh my goodness. I was literally gonna leave when I seen her, I was like, I'm not want to be on this board, please. I don't want to do it no more. But no, I'm staying and I'm joining the subcommittee. And that's my thing right there. That's the part right there that speaks to me the most, right? What I look at is, as opposed to looking in the past to figure out why, I mean, the past helps us to figure out where we're going and who we are. But I look at how we deal with things in the moment. I look at opportunity over obligation. I look at the fact that perspective is just the difference between having on one pair of glasses and putting on another, or not having on glasses, period, and just putting them on and seeing something more realistic for what it is, or seeing it more closely. So what I like about this whole equation is that instead of it allowing you to go in another direction, you did what they're teaching me in psychotherapy school, which is called utilization. And it's something that I learned through music and improvisation. It's what allows me to improvise just in the moment. It allows me to host this show for 3 hours. It's because of the fact that it's about how you take every single thing that comes your way and find some way to utilize it for your greater good, or for the greater good of your family or the people around you, or what have you. And that's what I really like about your perspective, Diana. You know, you take things and you continue to just push in that perspective of, how can I turn this around? How can I redirect this energy so that it comes out in this way? It's what I call the home run theory. You know, when you think about how a home run is hit in baseball, it's not so much that the batter is the person that's generating the energy. What happens is the pitcher is the one that's generating the momentum and the energy, and all the batter is doing is just redirecting that shit. You know, so I like how you redirect, Diana, and I want to tell you that.
And also with that as well, who you were at the time that you met this lady is not who you are now. Mm-hmm. And so it's going to be amazing to see the growth in the both of you. You know, from her and for you. You don't know what her experience were when you were not there, the time that you haven't been there, right? And so this is, you know, and maybe during that time it was very specific. Now you both are on a panel where it has some specificity, but it's a general panel for you guys to reconnect in such a different way. And you never know, this may turn out to be the best relationship ever. Facebook family, so stay open, hanging out, here on Clubhouse, and allow things to unfold. Join us at Aaron Hill TV. Thank you.
you. I really need prayer. So y'all keep me in prayer because she really did some shiesty stuff, like called CPS on me and did a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I said what I said, Dr. That's why I said what I said. You settle within you. Because if you don't, if you bring into this situation the things that she's done to you in the past, you won't get the best results out of this.
Okay, I receive that. I receive it.
Yeah, it's something for you to grow through.
Love it.
And to be able to see, okay, yeah, these things were done, but those are all a past. And the only reason why the past is present now is because you brought it here. Let me say that again. The only reason why the past is present now is because you brought the past here. Today is a whole brand new day.
I believe that. I think when we hold certain emotions or feelings towards one another, we bring those along on our journey until we're able to release them. And I know that I have to shift my mind, like Aaron said, like being able to shift that. And sometimes our emotions are so heavy that we're not able to shift it right away. But I don't like negative emotions. I gotta let that go. You know what your body?
It's all about what you want.
So you have to also know that your body actually kept record of what happened from before as well. So you have to reset that as well. Or your body will then always bring that experience because the body is a recorder. It recorded those emotions.
But that's why I like that the other thing that's being recorded here, you know, is like this idea, like even what Dinah just said about like, I don't like that feeling, you know, I don't like that. And I like that because it's like En Vogue said, free your mind and the rest will follow. And like where your perspective is, Dinah, is going to just continue to do this reset like LT's talking about, you know. It's there. Yo, I thank you for sharing that. That's so dope. And I want to do also a quick reset here. Say what's up to our good peeps. Ada Fly, Pamela, Jana, Esther, Akeisha, and T. Got the good brother Eric as well. And we're about to say what's up to the good peeps. If y'all want to come to the stage, we're hanging out for a few more minutes. And my goal is always to, if nothing else, my goal is to say, hey, just to hear your voice, just to say hello, stand in accountability with you, and just wish you an amazing day. So if you'd like to come to the stage, you know what you can do. You can throw up the wave. And if not, and you want to just continue to hang out, let this be your background radio show, you know how it is. You can do that too. On that tip, everybody, let's say good morning to the good brother, Ken. Brother Ken, what's up, homie?
How are you guys?
Morning, Ken. Morning, Ken.
Yeah, I was listening to your question. I think it's really important, bro. Pivoting is important.
That's good, bro.
I know to answer your question, I got to jump in a minute. I just want to say what's up. Always to support.
Yes.
But for me, it was when I learned that I had to be my own hero. Right, you know, we all watch these action movies, at least as a young man, we all look at these heroes and always want the hero to come save the day. And then as I got older with enough disappointments and, you know, enough expectations that didn't get met, I realized that I have to be my own hero. You know, they're saying nobody's coming to save you, right? That's real. It's so real.
Right.
You think we really are all alone in this world outside of relationships we build, but nobody's coming to save you. You gotta be your own hero. You gotta get in that phone booth. You gotta put your own cape on.
Right.
You gotta be Batman, Wonder Woman. You have to be there. That's how it's gonna work.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Yeah, that's what got me.
Bruh, knowing that, the acceptance of that. Yo, Gary V talks about this all the time. When people are like, what helps you out the most with your own personal motivation when it comes to just dealing with, you know, the ups and downs or the things you work with? And he literally said his answer is knowing that at the end of the day, nobody gives a fuck about my problems. Nobody gives a fuck about my tears. And essentially what he was saying is that even if, you know, of course he has caring people around him who do care. I mean, shit, he got millions of people who care now. But what he was essentially saying is what you're saying, Ken, which is like, at the end of the day, if I'm going to be better or have a good experience, a good quality of life, a good experiential moment or anything successful, it's going to be because I pick myself up and do that, because that's it. The world will go on if I don't. So I have to be my own superhero. I have to be my own hero first before I can be anybody else's hero on top of that.
Yo, how scary is it to have to wait for somebody else to come save you?
Oh my gosh.
Like, that is the scariest thing for me. I think what kills me even more is while I'm waiting, I can be changing the situation. And the idea that every day we get closer to death, that's just one day I'm wasting. Like, I can't wait for somebody to decide it's the right time to make me a priority. Right. You gotta do it yourself.
Right. Let me tell you this, bro. Let me tell you, the only thing that's scarier to me than what you just said, the waiting for someone, is getting to the point in your life where you think back and you realize that that's what the hell you've been doing the whole time. Oh,
yeah, that's a mouthful right there, bro.
My gosh. So that's why I always say, I'd rather fail than to regret never trying. That's why I always say that not giving a fuck about anybody else's opinion is a real liberating feeling, especially when at the same time, on the flip side, you have enough maturity to accept positive, constructive criticism, because balance is key. It's the reason why I say go forth and do what the hell is in your heart and learn and understand that, and allow your intentions to be the thing that allow others to understand what you do when you have your trial and error. And even if they don't understand, fuck it, keep going. Like, you just have to keep power. You have to keep moving through. You have to keep being there for you. So, bro, I thank you, man. That really goes deep for me. You got to be your own superhero. And speaking of superheroes, I want to say what's up to the good brother Eric, who I see.
Yeah, that's a superhero.
Eric, in fact, Eric, if you're there, bro, if you're able to jump in with us, I actually, what even brought that thought to mind, besides just who you are, bro, is I think a post or a piece of content or something like that I saw that was the anime version of you as like a hero or something like that. That shit was dope. So Eric, if you, what's up, bro?
Yeah, that's a project I'm working on because I have been doing first of all, good morning to everybody.
Yes, sir. Good morning, home.
Good morning, beautiful people.
Good morning,
bro.
Always good to hear your lovely voices, ladies, and always
you too, bro.
To hear from my good brothers every day.
Yes, sir.
So, yeah, that's a project that I'm working on. It came up from one of my guys who has a friend that's an illustrator, and I always, if I'm doing something that's personally from me to the people, I always use the hashtag the Black Lion. So, he came up with that caricature, and man, it was a birthday gift actually. So it was just off the chain, and now we're actually developing that. We're gonna try to do something with it here, probably in the next couple months. So much on the plate, so it's like, hey, I don't want to put another scoop or something on the plate.
Look, you know how it goes. You know where we started 90 days ago. FYF, the finisher food formula. Yo, I feel you on that. I got a question, bro, and this is so dope. Even the story that you're telling about this. Do you possibly have the ability to throw it in as your profile pic so we can PTR and see it? I want everybody to see it, or we can just go to your Instagram. In fact, that might even be better. Unless you,
I can do it.
You can do it.
Hold on.
Dope. Thanks, bro. Yeah, I think this joint. When I saw this the other day, in fact, it's also on Eric's profile. If y'all can, go ahead over and just check out his profile, period, and everything that he's doing. But yeah, I was scrolling down and I saw this Black Lion joint. In fact, let me show the peeps over here on FB. Yeah, this is dope right here. So the Black Lion joint. Yo, that is so classic, yo. Oh my gosh. All right, let me see. Yo, that's dope.
PTR is that.
Okay. Yo, that's so fucking dope, yo. That's so fucking dope.
That's that superhero Kev was talking about.
Yes, exactly. That's why I even brought this up, because I'm like, yo, this is so serendipitous. Dope, bro. Oh my gosh. Yeah, bro, that was a great gift. That was a great gift. Because, seeing yourself in that way, I can imagine looking at it, bro. I can imagine what happened, even just looking at it and seeing yourself that way.
Well, yeah, it opened me up, man. It opened me up to a lot of possibilities, and I was already vacillating and going back and forth with some things that I knew I needed to get done.
Yeah.
Business-wise. And, I'm straddling the fence on a lot of things, and then that came through, and it was like,
man, okay. It was kind of that little push to go over the cliff. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So that's exactly what it was. And, now I'm soaring. So it was a great gift. And it also let me know what that brother saw in me. Because so many times, so many other people see stuff in you that you don't see in yourself. So he just showed it in a different way than just words. So and the illustrator himself reached out and was like, man, it was an honor to do this, man. I see what you're doing. So, man, it was nothing for me to do this. And like I said, more to come. I'm getting with the illustrator. We're gonna do some other things. So,
I love that. Man, I love that. I want to do one more quick reset before we start to tailor this experience or tie a bow on it. I want to say good morning to Harley. Thanks so much for hanging out, Harley. Welcome to Clubhouse. I see you got your party hat. I hope that you're having a great experience here so far. And so thank you for hanging out. Hopefully you're enjoying this experience. To our good friends, Edify, Pamela has thrown up the profile pic for her matching Dianara and LT. I think this is so cool. I swear that's so dope. So dope. Akeisha, thanks so much for hanging out. And I just followed you here and on IG. I was going to send you an inbox message and say thank you so much for hanging out, but I saw that your account is private, but I just wanted you to know that I appreciate you, and I hope you've been enjoying this experience, this flow.
I'm sorry to interrupt, Aaron, but real quick, I just want to say she's my homegirl. She's one of my who girls.
Nice.
So I'm excited to welcome her to Clubhouse. I invited her in recently, and so I'm glad to see her face in the place.
Oh, that's so good. That's so good. Oh, man. Family on top of family. I also want to mention, speaking of family, OMG, I'm still excited. I'm so excited. My confetti has not hit the ground yet. I want y'all to know that. Like, I have magic confetti that when I throw it up, it stays in the air for at least 2 to 4 weeks. And what I mean by that is that I will not stop shouting from the rooftops about the fact that I'm excited that we got the club, and I could be able to say, welcome to the AP family. If you look right up over the top of the name of this room, the AP Morning Show, you see the AP family. By all means, if you want to join the family, just click on that. And I love it because I finally get a chance, like how I've done on Facebook, to create a community that I can then continue to nurture and pour into in different ways. And so, of course, having a club means that you'll know when the events are, you know, when the rooms are, and all the other things that you'll see coming from this experience. So I'm excited about that. I told the story here earlier on when I started, but I'll tell it again. You know, the way that I build Tribe here is a very unique way because I get a chance to hear your voices. I've done this kind of thing over and over the years. I've done it on MySpace. I've done it on Facebook. I've done it on YouTube, Instagram, the whole nine. But I'm excited about here because I get a chance to do it in a way where I can literally talk to the people instead of just waiting on their chats, even though I still appreciate the comments coming in from the people in FB. What's up, Carlo? What's up, David? What's happening, family? Rich, what's happening, bro? And, but I get a chance to do it in a different way here. So, yes, I'm excited about that. Go ahead, join there. We'll be able to have an email list soon and all that kind of good stuff. But as we tailor this experience, again, the question that's on the table is about your pivot. You know, your pivot is about knowing what makes you happy, going for it. So, yeah, that's what we're talking about, and that's where we're going. And we're going to tie a bow on this experience. But I want to say good morning to you. Karen, it's so good to see you today. OMG, I've missed you, and it's so good to talk to you today.
Thank you. The feeling is mutual. My pleasure.
Yes. Dianara, so good to see you. I hope that you and the boys are well. So good to hear your voice. Brother Eric, man, it's always a pleasure. Always a pleasure, man. Oh, I just PTR'd again. I see the second one, bro. Man, that's dope. All right, you got to leave that joint, bro. You got to leave it for at least the next 24, bro. That's so dope, man. Thanks as always, bro. Good to hear your voice. And LT, you know how it be, LT. It's always a pleasure. LT, I can't wait for you to go on the East Coast tour again. Can't wait to see you again. We got to have a drink or something, hang out for a bit longer.
2 weeks.
2 weeks?
As I do my yoga pose. 2 weeks.
Nice. Nice. Well, I get to count down, and I'm excited about that. In fact, for everybody again, today starts the next season of Street Serenades. It's where I take my piano outside and serenade the community. Last year, I did 110 concerts around the DMV area. This year, I'm looking to do that and then even more because of the fact that I'm also going to be traveling as well, taking street serenades around the country. So you never know. I might show up in a park or a sidewalk or a doorstep near you. It might be your doorstep. What was you going to say, LT?
Oh, I'm just over here doing yoga. My bad.
Oh, you all good. So yeah, Street Serenade starts today, and so I'm so excited about that. I'll be down at Lake Montebello for all the people that are here in the Baltimore area, 4 p.m. right in front of the lake. And I know there's going to be a lot of people out there because it's going to be 73 today. So people are just going to be out walking. And I'm going to be excited to bring music to the community. If you missed the music earlier on this show when I played, just go ahead, take it back to the top, YouTube, Facebook, at Aaron Hill TV. And if you need to fast forward, you'll see me move over to this here piano, and you can listen to the 2 songs that I played on here, both a part of my original collection. So with that, everybody, we're bringing this to a close. The way I like to do it is with the group hug, where we take a couple deep breaths to be able to take all this beauty, all this joy, and be able to bring it back to center so that we don't have anxiety in either direction from negative or overwhelmingly positive experience. So I like to do that by taking 3 deep breaths. I'm going to take 3. Love for you to take them with me. And on the last one, I'll count down. And if you want to, we'll open up our microphones, take the last breath together like they used to do on the Martin Lawrence show in the group hug. So with that, everybody, let's take a deep breath in and out. Bring your stress levels down. Bring your energy levels down. Let's take a second deep breath in and out. And one more for the road in the Martin Lawrence group hug style. Let's open up our microphones, and on 3, let's take the last breath together. 1, 2, 3. Squeeze it all out. Woo! Yes. Always remember that no matter what stress you deal with, whether it's from negative or overwhelmingly positive experiences, remember that you could take a deep breath just to be able to decompress and de-stress. Remember that. A breath is only a realization, a moment, and a breath away. So on that tip, everybody, much love to you. Much love to you. Thanks for coming through. We also want to say hello to Constantine. Thank you so much. Join us tomorrow, 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to 10:30. I'm excited because tomorrow we chop it up with another person on our BPS Spotlight at 8 a.m. about emotional intelligence. And let me see who's on the calendar. Let me see if I can tell y'all the name real quick. So tomorrow.
I'm already excited, Aaron.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Tomorrow we chop it up with Aaron. We chop it up with Aaron L. Myers, in fact. So there's going to be another Aaron in the room. Yeah. And Aaron is a brother that I met last Sunday here in these Clubhouse streets. And we met as he held a room. He holds a room every Monday that's called Clubhouse Jazz Mastermind. Very positive brother. Very good thing. So we're going to chop it up tomorrow, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Much love, everybody. I will see y'all tomorrow. Let's open up our microphones and let's affirm each other on a great day today. Much love, Dianara. Good to see you. Much love, Karen. Much love, LT. Yes.
Thank you. Enjoy the day, people.
Have a great day. Thank you, Aaron. Good to see you, too. Woo. See you guys later.
Yes. Hug the boys for me. Take care, LT. Edify. Akeisha, Constantine. See you all tomorrow. Peace. And peace to the FB family. Take care, y'all. Have a wonderful day. Peace.